Get the car professionally.
This should be quite interesting.
Day, they still call that car the Puke Wagon. After graduation, Avery plans to attend Bellis Academy in Manhattan, Kansas. Miss Avery Wintershide.
Academy? Damn, she's got some money behind her. That liberties I was not bestowed upon.
Oh, Liberty?
Yeah. Clayton's favorite quote to live by.
When you got money, life is easy.
From Benny Jones.
Like,
after graduating, Clayton
baby.
plans to play football in college while studying civil engineering. Mr. Clayton Younger.
Come on, baby, do it for me. If not, then I'll just grab the guy. But like, yeah.
Panther family, I'm crowding our queen is last year's winner, Miss Katie Hager. Your 2023 Paola High School homecoming queen is Miss Haley Hines.
Come on, baby.
This is going to be a pain.
Yeah, it is going to be a pain in the ass. I knew that coming
Mr.
in.
Landon Taylor is on hand
but
to
like,
hand off his crown.
Now I'm just
Paola High School
I'm gonna see how that works.
Is Mr. Levi Ballou.
Let me see if I can. Does that work? Come on, baby. Do it for me. Come on. All right, I don't have any patience for this. We're going to ask that dude.
All right.
Congratulations to our king and queen and to all of our homecoming royalty.
On behalf of Superintendent Matt Meek, Athletic Director Darren Ganneman, and Head Football Coach Mike Smith, I'd like to welcome you to Paola High School and Panthers Stadium for this evening's varsity football game. Please remember these stadium regulations as you enjoy this evening's contest. Use of any alcohol or tobacco products, including vaping devices, is strictly prohibited on all USB 368 grounds. To ensure spectator safety, balls are prohibited for use by spectators or youth inside this facility. Finally, to protect the integrity of our track surface and for your safety, fans in attendance are asked to remain outside of the fenced track area before, during, and after the game.
Okay.
Paola is a proud member of the Kansas State High School Activities Association, the 8-member Frontier League. Fans in attendance are asked to adhere to the Acacia sportsmanship ideals of extending courtesy to all, respecting the decisions of officials, and exercising self-control to reflect positively of yourself,
event, right?
your school, and your hometown. Self-confidence, good character, citizenship, and sportsmanship. Each of these characteristics are the foundation of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. We ask that you do your part as we strive to create the best fan experience in the Frontier League for all in attendance. As you watch the 5th winningest program in Kansas high school football history, our Paola Panthers. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we prepare to honor America. Now performing the Star Spangled Banner under the direction of Mr. Tim Starks is the Pride of Paola Marching Panthers.
All right, what do you think? Who do you have taking the win tonight?
I believe it'll be a very contested matchup. I believe if the Chieftans will win if they can manage to just have a fluid offense and just manage to stay locked in on defense. That was their issue yesterday against Chanute. Although for the couple mishaps they had, which they gave it the deep ball often, but I do feel like they need to limit that in order to win tonight. But this offense is very run heavy, so I'd like to see how their run offense is able to stop it. So.
Yeah, obviously the big thing that we're worried about is they do have so many players going both ways. You got to worry if they get into a shootout, how's that going to affect their long term or down the stretch? How's that going to affect them?
Absolutely, but I do believe in Matt Bond and his ways in the weight room, and of course on the field, being in the program for used to be 2 years. So I do believe they'll have the stamina. I mean,
oh yeah,
I will be surprised if Tyler Pankey gets more reps, and I believe so after having a personal issue and being out for last week's game against Chanute, but he is back tonight, I believe, against the Panthers tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how they do with Pankey back in the offense again this week.
Yeah, and obviously when you look at their offense, like they might have the most efficient passing offense I've ever seen. All their receivers, like 10 catches, 300 yards, or 15 catches, 300 yards, 10 catches, 220 yards. Another 8 catches, 200 yards. I mean, when you think about how much rack they're getting on those catches,
absolutely,
like, that's insane.
Yeah. So, Todd Brown and Isaiah Holthouse having the big nights last Friday against Chanute. Brown with 3 receptions for 99 yards and a touchdown each, and Holthouse also with a touchdown, but he only had 1 reception for 70 yards, which is that big deep ball to start the game last Friday. So it was a very high moment for everyone, but I do want to see the Chieftans throw the ball more against this Paola defense.
I'm excited. I have yet to see Tonganoxie play. I've heard a lot about them. I am ready to see this. Let's see the showdown.
All ready to show you the ropes, partner. This is the big matchup here. Paola and Tonganoxie have always been tight with each other, so in competition and academic-wise. So it's going to be exciting to see how this goes down here.
Obviously split by 17 points over the last 2 years. Pretty close games. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll see if they come back.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First statement.
All right, so they just fired off a gun, and that scared the hell out of me. So I'm still reeling from that.
Yeah, it was a little scary. I kind of jumped, not going to lie.
Whew. Man, I'm telling you, once you get a little bit older, you start to realize that how much in danger you really are.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and I'd love to say that I'm only 20 years old, so I should have all the confidence, but I really don't. So we're going to see how that works.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we're just under 2 minutes away from kickoff, I had never seen Paola play. We were talking about this before we went live, but I'd never seen Paola play live. I had heard about them because my former head coach in high school, Rick Byers, played there. So this has been like a legendary figure that I've just never seen.
A full circle moment for you today,
It really is.
Yeah.
It would only be better if I saw him today. That would.
I will tell you, Paola is one of the more grittier schools here in the state of Kansas, and with the gritty upcoming school like Tonganoxie, who's got a lot of senior leadership, I do feel it's going to be a pretty good shootout tonight.
I agree, and you know what? The last couple games that I've done and announced for have combined for over 60 points. So now I should put the little asterisk that like at least 51 of them were from one team. But I don't think we're going to see that tonight. I think we're going to see something 30-30, somewhere in that range of a shootout.
Yeah, I gotcha.
If you had to give one player who's going to make the most difference tonight, who is that player?
Oh, that's a tough one, definitely. I'm going to say, and I don't mean to be biased here, but I do feel like Todd Brown tonight is going to be a difference maker on offense and on defense. I mean, when you look at him, the junior's already had a phenomenal season so far, and only his second year starting varsity, but I do feel like he's going to make a pretty good breakout game tonight, and I do feel like he's with both sides of the ball. But I do feel like he's going to be the biggest difference maker tonight if the Chieftans do want to win this game.
I agree. I'm going to take Colton Brusvin. You took mine, so you know what? I'm going I'm going 1A.
There you go. Yeah,
obviously 500 yards through 3 games, which is insane.
Absolutely.
5 yards to carry. I think that they're both going to have a lot of impact. But if I'm right and he's better, in your face.
Here, I'll give you another one. One of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. My personal favorite, number 6, Kendall Smith, the junior. He had a tackle for loss and 6 tackles in last Friday's game. So he's going to be a real demon off the defensive end side of the ball. So, and there he is. You can see him on kickoff over here. But I do feel like he's going to be a big difference maker on defense for this Chieftans team.
You know what? I'll hold that to you. I was special teams and receiver, so I have no defensive skills. So I'm going to leave that expertise to you.
I gotcha.
As Tongi's about to kick off right here, obviously they have the #1 kicker in Kansas right now in the 2024 class, Jackson McWilliams. I'm pretty excited. I've never been around good kicking, so like I'm just excited to see what this is like.
This guy is legit here.
And we're off. Oh, wow. That went in the end zone. I'm not used to that.
And another great touchback for Jackson McWilliams. He had 6 of them last Friday against Chanute. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see how he kicks the ball, whether they'll like to play it up sometimes to do offsides. I know the Chieftans love to do that sometimes, but it'll be interesting to see how they go for their approach.
I'm really excited mostly because where I came from in high school, I don't think we ever kicked it in the end zone once. We just kicked the first one of the night, and it hit the end zone. So I'm just really curious. I'm ready to be amazed
After the touchback, Panthers start this drive first
as
down,
we get kicked
early
off on
20.
the first drive, and they're going to toss out to the right. You got 3 Tongi players in on that tackle. There's Brown in on that tackle.
There's your guy, Colton Brusvin, already with the tackle so far.
You know what? Look at with him at linebacker. Last week I saw that he had 9. He has 9 solo tackles so far.
Yes.
I will say Max Preps isn't the best at updating stats.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much of a grain of salt to have. He could have way more. You know?
I gotcha.
So I'm kind of interested as we get to second down.
Paola loves to go quick here, so I'd imagine they're a run-heavy team, so I imagine they'll go here with the run.
And you predicted it. You got it. As I believe that was number 12. that made that
The
tackle.
quarterback, Trevor
Tackler number
McGraw.
85,
Or no, that's Brady Martin,
Noah
sorry.
Bailey.
Correct me. Brady Martin, the sophomore.
Yeah, I certainly
Third down.
am excited for how they're going to play this third down if Paola is going to go to the air. I've heard that they are a little bit of a run-heavy team.
They
so
are
you
a
gotta-
very run-heavy team here.
Oh, wow.
Quick inside there, yeah.
There's Martin and
Inside,
Noah
handoff
Bailey.
left for
That's
Notre
Noah
Dame,
Bailey, the
number
senior.
26.
Yeah, a good friend of mine. Pretty solid on the defensive side of the ball. He doesn't see much action on the offensive side of the ball, but on defense, he's the real deal, man. I tell you.
Are you advocating? What school are you advocating for him to get picked up by?
I think he wants to wrestle, honestly.
Oh, man. He's missing his calling.
Already calling a timeout here. Interesting to see what Paola.
Wow.
Timeout on the field.
Are they
First
going
charge,
for it?
team
I mean,
timeout.
at the 26-yard line, I doubt that's what they're talking about.
No, I'd imagine there's probably some confusion that they had on the offense, or possibly they want to look into options for going in on fourth down to just kind of keep the defense on their toes. But
That's for sure.
I'll be shocked if they go for it here.
Well, and what I'm really interested in is it kind of looks like they could be going for it. I mean, I don't.
With an offense as sneaky as Paola, you may have to. Their head coach is one of the more creative minds in Kansas football.
I mean,
So-
they have quarterback Tristan Katzer out there. Looks like he's in shotgun. So I don't know if I've ever seen this before in my life. So
Nope, it looks like they are going to punt it.
as that is Clayton Younger who will take the punt.
And he kind of takes a little of a run.
Clayton Younger got it pretty far. They got it to about midfield.
27 yards
If you're
on
Paola,
no
I don't
return.
know that that's where you wanted
Absolutely not.
Tonganoxie to start.
This offense is going to be pretty explosive, and I talked to Trevor McGraw recently. He said, if we keep going, if we keep with our offensive flow, we're going to be one of the most explosive offenses in the state of Kansas.
He better hold to that because right now, theoretically, from what he's talking about at the 47-yard line, they are in scoring distance.
Absolutely. And I do know head coach Preston Troyer, he also calls the offensive plays here. He's definitely going to dial up something interesting here. Wonder if it'll be an early deep ball here on third down. Definitely going to hand it off here the first two times here with Bruisman.
Look at that.
It's a screen
As
of Holthouse
Holthouse
there.
is taking it to the
And
right.
there goes Isaiah Holthouse.
And he's gone. He's gone. Wow. Well,
That's a quick turn of events there.
Well, Isaiah Holthouse just takes it to the house after just, what was that, 18 seconds of possession?
Yeah,
counting
only the first play of the game. Preston Troyer already dialed up a screen pass, and they're good for 6. So,
You know what's crazy is you guys had your homecoming last week.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
playing well on the field, that's like my campaign for a date, but he's already got one and done it. So he's just doing this for personal pride.
absolutely, yeah.
As McWilliams is about to send that upright through the goalposts, hopefully.
It's a beauty. It looks like it has
Look at
30
that.
more yards on it. In case they close to Paola's little section over there. So
When you're already up, you think, you know what? If I can just start hitting some fans over there on the side, that's how you really start to get it. It's like a mind game. Listen.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haugen at Midwest Chiropractic offer caring, high-quality, and comprehensive care, including chiropractic care, acupuncture, and school and DOT physicals. Now offering Saturday appointments in Bonner Springs and Tonganoxie to better serve you. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
And we are back at Paola. Tonganoxie just took the lead off of a 53-yard touchdown pass from Holtis on the first play So as McWilliams sent it again to the end zone, and that one goes out the back.
Yep.
More things that I just haven't seen before, and I'm really this is the greatest day of my life.
Better get used to it. The kid McWilliams has a leg on him. Also a goalkeeper here for our Tonganoxie High School team. One of the best keepers in the state of Kansas, holds the Acacia record for 500 saves.
See, I'm really interested in how, obviously, with being one of the best kickers in the nation, is it something that is he leaning towards one or the other, soccer versus football?
He is wanting to play college football.
Okay.
From what I've heard.
Okay.
Undecided where, but.
Ooh, Paola
pitch
goes
there.
with a toss out right as it's going to go up the sideline right. No one's going to stop him as J.D. Troutman is going to go all the way. 75
Paola
yards
with an
on that
answer
play
very
right
quickly.
there. They took it personal.
That's a very quick response from Paola. And they're shooting off more fireworks.
Okay, they really should give a little warning about that because, oh boy. As what a return. We are now 2 minutes, 21 seconds in the game. We have now 2 50-plus touchdowns and 5 total plays of offense, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, 5 total.
So I like that efficiency. I wonder if the score will hit 70 at that pace.
Could be. Just depends on how each offense and defense runs.
Troutman, who just ran the ball for 75 yards, is going to attempt the PAT. And
like
now it's getting
flags.
stopped.
Possibly.
Gotta wonder what.
I wonder if
and
they
that
had
is
someone else on the field.
Eli Richmond, who's headed off of the field as Carter Koch takes his spot, I guess. I don't know what he did to make Coach mad, but they were taking it serious on this one. So Troutman is going to take this kick. Hey, it does the job. That's going right through the goal post. We'll take a quick break right here, and we will see what happens when we get back.
Midwest Chiropractic.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie at Paola. We have now seen 2 50-plus yard touchdowns, and both of them come off of the first play of the drive. Obviously, as Troutman and Holthouse have taken it to the house. I'm excited to see this kick. Troutman, he's been all over the field for Paola, scoring touchdowns, kicking PATs.
Absolutely.
Now he's going to take another kickoff.
Yeah. Both explosive offensive players, both helping their teams out here.
As kick is not going to reach the 10, but they're going to let it bounce on the ground. Oh boy, as Brown gets tripped up at the 20-yard line. That's your player of the game right here.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Was the return man, Todd Brown.
Let's just say Holthouse has definitely taken player of the game. Although, I don't know. If we're going whole wide, it might be Troutman who's taken player of the game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're making a bit too early predictions here. But
that's for sure, as McGraw is going to take another snap at quarterback. This is only the second of the day, as they have 2 wide to start this drive. As it's going deep, just off the mark. Brown was open. So you might have a point here with this player of the game here. They're certainly going to go after him. He's got the leading receiving by over 90 yards.
They're doing something interesting here that I haven't seen out of Preston Troyer's play calling. They're now motioning Holthouse often, which, I mean, it's interesting to say that whenever I played, we didn't really have much motion, but I do feel like he's kind of just keeping Paola on their toes here.
Smart decision, as he's going to hand it off to Brusvin, excuse me, and he is going to take that for about 6 to 7 yards.
Ball carries number 16, Colton Brusvin. He's drugged down by the Panthers.
One of the top rushers here in the state of Kansas, Brusvin. He knows how to get loose. If you give him a hole, he will definitely tear it open.
And to win this game, Tonganoxie is definitely going to need that. So as they've got 2 wide, it looks like Holthouse and Troy Brown are out wide. Going to go handoff again to Brusvin, who is going to almost break it, taking it almost at the 36, I believe, 37. That is a 11-yard run again.
Oh, yeah, what a good opening in the A-gap, I believe, by the offensive lineman there. Giving Brusvin a nice hole to run through. I mean, if he didn't get that trip up by the Paola defense, he would have been gone. I would have guaranteed you that.
That's for sure. You know, you got to think from his perspective, it's only green grass. As McGraw is going to take another snap. This time, it is going to be another handoff to Brusvin. Looks like they found their way.
There is a flag down. I do wonder if it's a holding call.
How unfortunate. They heard me say I wanted player of the game, and they were like, hold up. It's going to be on Paola.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting here. Wonder if their coach is getting pretty aggressive here.
It definitely looks like it.
I mean, this always is an exciting matchup and a very contested matchup here.
Yeah, but in terms of just record, Paola hasn't won against Tonganoxie since 2020. So I'm interested to see what happens as McGraw takes another handoff. This is going to be a fake rollout right. He's going to go deep. Brown caught it on the sideline, outside at the right 30-yard line.
And what a rollout from QB1 there, Trevor McGraw. Reading his options there and then finding Todd Brown and giving it right to him in the breadbasket there. What a good throw from quarterback 1, Trevor McGraw there.
You know, it's kind of interesting because obviously McGraw didn't start last year, started his sophomore year, and now is back and has paced the quarterback of last year in touchdowns in just 3 games.
Collarbone injury definitely set him back there, given the reins to Talon Langford. But I do believe he's building off his sophomore year to now, where he's definitely grown into a better passer and a better player overall.
That's for sure. Obviously 7 touchdowns to 2 interceptions as he's going to hand it off again to Brusvin, who's got a couple, obviously a hard-earned couple yards.
Maybe 2 for the tailback, number 16,
Absolutely.
Brusvin.
Good job by the Paola defense of stuffing the gap there. Offensive line's got to work it just a bit harder to rip up another hole for Brusvin to get right through. But I do believe Troy is kind of being patient here now that they're inside the Paola's territory here. So it'll be interesting to see what Troy would like to call up here.
Yeah, certainly kind of interesting how they have not been as aggressive as we pass that 50-yard line. Obviously only 1 play, but here we go, as they're going to go back to Brown on a screen outright, and I believe he did get that first down with
I do believe he just
8-yard
barely
catch.
got there, yeah.
Okay, my player of the game case is looking very in danger right now. So this should be interesting.
And they're going to say he was short by a yard.
Wow. I'm a little interested in that spot. You got to feel like they're going to go back to Brusvin here, just get the quick, easy yards.
Absolutely,
and get first down.
yeah. Absolutely.
As they line up. Same formation again. Got to wonder if they're going to either go back to that well with the screen to the right. Oh, it's a fumbled snap.
And they're going to say Brusvin was down. Very unlucky mishap there by the Chieftans. You can't be doing that against this Paola defense when you're inside their territory.
That's certainly unfortunate. Turn a 3rd and 1 into a 4th and 5. Got to wonder, are they going to send the kicker out?
No, I believe they are. Yep, they're going to go for it here.
Know what? I like the idea here. I like it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. It'll really force their offense to try and make something work here. That's kind of, I feel like, most coaches' perspective when you're inside territory.
Although it's kind of interesting, Paola doesn't have a safety right now as they're going to go deep on him. Holthouse again, touchdown.
That's his
Down the
second
field.
of the day there.
Wow.
Beautifully dialed up there by Coach Troyer there.
What a call from Troyer. That is, you know what? That's just me saying I have the best players in the country, or in the nation, excuse me, and I can call that on 4th and 5.
Absolutely.
As McWilliams will dial up for this PAT. He is 1 of 1. So let's see if he can keep the streak.
He definitely will here. Good hold by Clover there, and
it is good. It is good. That puts him at 14 of 15 on PATs this year. For my experience, we were lucky if it was like 2 of 15. So obviously, hitting at that level is pretty nice.
He's definitely a special talent and one of the most hardworking guys I've ever seen.
I agree. We'll take a quick break and then we'll see what happens on this upcoming kickoff.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie at Paola, as my partner over here just got paid for his birthday that is today, as McWilliams might be delivering him another end zone kick on this kickoff.
Thank you. Very blessed to be a young age of 18 years old. Oh.
Savor it. Savor it while
three
you're young.
for 3.
That's another one. All right. Cue up the DJ Khaled. Another one. As Paola looks to answer, obviously that second drive of the game, they go 75 yards on that first play of the drive with Troutman. And then now we're back at the same stage, right?
Yeah,
so are they going
stage.
to answer back?
It depends on how the defense is well read. I do believe that they can be quick and guessing on where Paola is going to go. I do feel like they'll kind of give them a 3 and out, but I do believe they're going to have to work for it here. Their offense has been very run heavy. They've disguised it really well. That's what they're so good at.
They are going with that toss outside of the right, as there's a flag. He did get 6, but I'm not totally sure. That flag was pretty quick, so you got to wonder if that was maybe a false start on Paola. They're a little antsy.
Yeah, I do believe so. They've been quite antsy on defense for what I've seen, but
oh yeah, certainly not ideal.
And it will.
That was a very positive play for Paola as they went back to Troutman for a 6-yard carry that time. So
and it will be taken away, as I do believe they gave him a false start there.
Bummer.
Very unfortunate there.
As I'm interested. Clayton Younger, the running back, is in the backfield right now. They've been kind of switching between him and Troutman. So let's see how that works.
The running backs are very small, but they're very skilled and they're very fast.
Yeah, as Paola's in 21 personnel here. Katzer takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the right, and that didn't get much of anything.
Oh, there's a swarm of Chieftans in there.
A lot of red, not a lot of Paola.
No. I do. Matt Bond's defense is certainly, in my opinion, one of the most well trained. He spends a really good amount of time in practice every day with them, kind of just working on stunts, techniques, all that.
That was certainly not the way you want to start a drive. You get a 6-yard run, get a false start, get it called back, and then only get 1 back. So we'll see what they do as they're at 11 personnel. And he's going to go deep. Troutman, I think he got that on the sideline, right about the 40-yard line. That is, what a way to answer. What a way to answer.
Yeah.
What a way to answer that game. That is.
There was almost some pressure there, but the quarterback just barely got it off, and Troutman with an amazing catch to put Paola back in a better perspective after the kind of the unexpected false start there. This team's normally disciplined, but I do believe they've been a little antsy today, a little anxious.
As they are going to go back to that double back that has done them so well. Obviously, Troutman, who just had the big catch in the backfield, as well as Clayton Younger, who has not had a big play for himself yet. But, oh my goodness, oh boy, Katzer, the quarterback for Paola, just got absolutely eaten in the backfield. What a play by Tonganoxie.
That's the junior TJ Leeper there. One of the more very aggressive and tenacious guys out there on the defensive line. He's always go, 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 and he's been that way since last year when he got some varsity time on the offensive and defensive line with a lot of injuries that came down there.
Obviously, he did end up having a pretty solid campaign. I believe he was honorable mention for all league, so good job. As they are going to go to that speed option, he's going to toss it out to the right to Troutman, who is going to get 6 yards, I believe, on that. No, wait. Sorry, it was a different running back. That was Vincent Jones. They've certainly got a running back by committee here. It's hard to keep up with them.
Yeah, it is.
I will say.
They love to keep you guessing, like I've said. And that was Bruzen and Tommy Messersmith there. Messersmith, kind of one of the newer faces on the defensive line after playing wide receiver his last 3 years of high school. Kind of put on a lot of muscle. Squats about 400 pounds in the gym, and he's definitely he's a big help to this defense. He's very go, go, go.
As they are going to hand it off again, getting that 3-yard run with Troutman, who has been very effective so far to start this game. It's easy to tell him apart. He's got the yellow cleats. That's a nice little tell.
Absolutely,
right there.
yeah. He's definitely blinging out there. You can definitely see him out there. There's my guy Todd Brown out there with the tackle.
I like the confidence in your player of the game, but weirdly enough, neither of our guys have really played up to the level of Holthouse, who obviously has had a pretty strong first 8 minutes.
Very strong. Definitely been a very more explosive player, and they are going to give him the first down here.
First down, yeah. Okay. Fresh set of downs. They're at the 49-yard line. They're back in that 21 personnel with just a single wide receiver outside. Tonganoxie's not lining up with a safety back deep, so you got to think that eventually, as they bring in another receiver out wide, so you got to think that they're going to eventually try and dial something up. Obviously, first time going to Troutman was pretty successful.
They like to switch it up there, yeah.
Katzer will keep the handoff, and I don't know that he manages a yard on that.
No, he got swallowed up there. That's Leeper again in there.
Short gain, maybe 1 to midfield. Tackler number 2, Zakiah Glover.
That was
number 52. Once again,
that was
Glover again. Yeah, Glover in there too. He also was tied for the most tackles on the team last week against Chanute with 6 solo tackles. Definitely one of the better leaders here on this team. Definitely not a guy you see out there a lot, but he really shows his leadership with his play. I do believe he's one of the more.
They're going same formation. This time they're going to throw it as it is caught by number 16, Jace Curley. He is a junior at 6'1", 165. You got to think, I think about this daily. What would it be like if I was 6 foot? How much better would the world be if I was 6 foot?
Yeah, I'm 6'2", so.
That's great. I don't need you to rub it in my face. As it is 3rd down and 2, I believe. They will line up I formation with 2 wide. Obviously, Curley, who just made that catch, is out wide with them.
Be interesting here to see if the Chieftans do end up as the stunt here.
Katzer hands it off to Troutman, who is going to break a couple tackles and get himself all the way to the 32-yard line of the Tonganoxie Chieftans. So, obviously, we talked about pre-drive. That run defense is going to be such a big part of stopping,
Absolutely, yeah.
them.
But Troutman's proven that he's he's going to be a challenge for this defense here. He's been very explosive so far.
32-yard line.
Yeah, he's
with a
certainly
touchdown on the day.
As they go back to that same I formation with the 2 wide. So I'm certainly interested as Katzer's going to hand it off to Troutman. In the backfield is where he will stay. That will be a loss of 1 as Troutman does not evade that tackle right there, making it 2nd and 11 here.
Yeah, what a very good stop there by the Chieftans.
Number 8, Jackson McWilliams.
And I think the PA announcer is wrong there. I don't think a kicker is going to get the tackle there.
Yeah, yeah, that's why he's the number 1 kicker in the nation, because he not only does that, he plays defense. Get him on my fantasy team. As they are going to go back to that I 2 wide again.
They love that formation. They're very creative in it.
Younger and Troutman were in the backfield as he's getting.
Ooh, what a hit there.
Wow.
There's Todd Brown there with a nice hit.
You know, Todd Brown, obviously, offensively, you could make the case has been the best player. Him or Brucevan, who's been great, too, through just a few games. But kind of interesting, neither of those 2 guys have been the big guy, and they're both making a lot of impact on the defensive side, which is where we probably wouldn't have seen that coming pre-game.
Absolutely, yes. They're both very explosive players, very good athletes, too. Both of them 3-sport athletes here at Tonganoxie High School. So they definitely do get a lot of they're very go, and I like that.
They are going to do that fullback fake as they're going to kind of fake that speed option again, which has obviously been provided a lot of success for him, as Clayton Younger is going to take that for just a couple of yards, and this will be 4th down and just a couple yards. This is 4th down and 3.
Katzer got kind of tripped up there in the backfield a little bit.
Obviously kind of interested because they've had such an interesting approach to offense, as that will be the end of the first quarter. We will take a quick break and see what happens when this next quarter begins.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
bots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Welcome back. I am Killian Beck. This is my partner, Brandon. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, man. It's such a great time to be here. I mean, props to Dylan. Dylan and Dennis out there. Dylan getting married recently, but
yeah,
be happy to fill in for him.
Obviously, now we started the second quarter here. We have a screen from Katzer to Troutman, who has kind of been their whole offense so far tonight. So, obviously, that's another couple yards added to his scrimmage. If you have him in fantasy, then you are having the greatest day of your life. But they've been kind of staying in that same formation with 2 wide, 1 in the backfield, kind of switching between that and a tight end and a fullback.
Yeah, sometimes they'll go I formation here, too. They love that I formation.
We got a little bit of wishbone here. This is something new. I like, well, not new, but, you know.
It's very uncommon for offenses to run wishbone.
Yeah, as they do go wishbone with Younger, and that is going to be a Younger handoff He will get more than a few yards. He's going to get up to the 20, to about the 12-yard line. Officially into the red zone. How does Tonganoxie stop them when this is kind of where short runs kind of take?
I believe they got to stunt in and see if they can expect a pass here, which I haven't seen much from them at all, besides that one that got them the first down there. But I haven't seen much. I believe they do need to be big here and just kind of cram up any open space that Paola can try to fit the running backs through.
As they are going to go to that toss with Troutman, who is making a lot of people miss, but not going anywhere. He's going to lose a couple of yards for exactly in that backfield.
There's also now a flag down as well.
So that should be interesting. Oh, it's a hold. When it rains, it pours. They're going to back up all the way to the 22-yard line.
It's very unfortunate there for Paola. Definitely, they were doing so good driving the ball down the field, and then having a holding penalty is definitely going to offset them a couple yards, but it'll be interesting to see how they come back from it. Although last time they did have a very big drive to kind of start the game.
I'm certainly interested how they're going to adjust to this. Obviously, now they're back at the 25. Second down and 15. This should be real interesting as they're looking to get in the end zone to match that 14-14 score that they're looking for. So obviously they're back in that wishbone with two wide receivers, both on each side. So he's going to pump fake. Katzer goes to the end zone, and they're going to let that slide. They're going to let that one slide. They're going to say that Dalton Rosenberry was not interfered with.
Intended target.
Then again, I do believe there wasn't any pass interference there from what I saw, but also there was a very good pressure there from my guy Kendall Smith there. Definitely got his hands in his face, making it a little impossible here for Paola's rare pass that the Chieftans saw there.
Yeah, it's funny because with the way that their uniforms are, they're super flashy, but their offense isn't. They're very nose to the grindstone, if you will.
Absolutely.
As they line back up, 11 personnel, one wide receiver on each side. This one is going to go into the end zone, and it will fall incomplete as that one looked kind of not promising from the start, as it is now 4th and 14 from that 25-yard line.
Good coverage there. Good coverage there by the Chieftans. Back-to-back pass plays, and they're really putting Paola's pass offense to the test here.
I'm certainly interested. It looks like they're going for it. Obviously, after getting that holding penalty, they did not gain a yard to get closer to the sticks to probably have a chance at a field goal, as they're going to have Katzer go to the end zone. There is 3 Chieftans in there.
And now they're going to throw a flag for pass interference there.
And that is just really unfortunate, as Clayton Younger was targeted. Him and Troutman have taken a lot of the carries and catches, obviously, tonight. And on 4th down, they're going to go to him again. But this one is going to be a penalty.
Yeah, there was a – Man. They got close twice, but I do believe this time, with there being 3 defensive guys on him, it'll
15-yard penalty, but they may need to mark off half the distance to the goal.
Kind of a bit upsetting there for the Chieftans and defensive coordinator Matt Bond. So it's definitely something you don't want to see happen when you got a 4th down, and now they're gonna have 1st and goal here, half a distance.
Yeah, obviously that feeling is you feel like you got them off the field, and now they're staying on it because you make your own mistake. So obviously, as they actually enter the red zone for the first time, even though they scored, they enter the red zone as an offense for the first time.
Correction, it'll be 4th and looks like 2 here.
That is certainly interesting. I am just as confused as all of the Panthers over here.
Yeah.
They're all saying, well, wait a minute. It was just 4th and 14. We got a 15-yard penalty. Silly me, I was still in a little bit of the NFL mindset where it was a spot foul, so I got to make that adjustment personally.
It's all good, yeah. I think they're going to take a timeout to kind of.
Timeout on the field. called by Tonganoxie.
It'll be a Tonganoxie timeout. I believe Bond wants to go over what they need to do on defense here to stop Paola from scoring a touchdown or getting a first and goal even.
Certainly. We will take a quick break and we will check back in after the timeout.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftans once again, why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Welcome back. Paola is the home team here facing Tonganoxie as they have a fourth down. After kind of a curious call there, they go 3 wide and 1 running back in the backfield.
That pass here,
younger.
I feel like. I bet you. I wonder if they want to go for a run here or they want to go for the pass in the end zone.
Yeah, you feel like just show me where Troutman is, and I feel like you got a chance. As
I think he's short.
That is going to be not what they were looking for. Tonganoxie will take over at the 12-yard line, first down and 10, if my eyes don't betray me.
They will check the spot, but I do believe he is short by just a matter of a few inches. And they will mark him short here. A very impressive stop there after a very unfortunate pass interference here. Credit to Matt Bond for calling that timeout to get his defense set in formation there.
As Katzer looks very upset. Obviously, not saying that was as close as you were going to get, but I mean, that's as close gets.
Absolutely, yes. But now the Chieftans are going to have a lot of room to kind of squirm out of as they are on the 8-yard line here.
I'm certainly interested. Now McGraw is going to take the snap, and he will hand it off to Bruisman, who does the best that he can with it, gets a couple yards, but obviously the line just didn't hold on that one.
Oh, there's a few spots on the left side that were a bit open. I wonder if Paola had a nice little stunt blitz in there. But, you know, it's very unfortunate here, and I wonder if Troy is going to be more aggressive here. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, obviously, score update, it is 7-14. Tonganoxie is up for unforeseen reasons. I do not know why the 0-0 will not change. So,
yeah.
I
guess that's what happens when you put 2 newbies in charge of this very big system here.
That is. As this one's going to go downfield, and he caught it.
What a catch.
What a catch
and he dropped it at the last second.
And it looks like he might have landed on that ball there, as he is still down. Obviously, junior Todd Brown has made his impact felt already. Him and the duo of Holthouse have been pretty electric this year. As he is down near the 50, we will take a quick break to give him some time.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Welcome back, as Todd Brown does get up off of his own power and does make it to the sideline. Everyone is happy that he is up and he's doing all right, at least we hope. 9:11 left in the second quarter as Tonganoxie has the ball, 3rd down and 9 from the 10-yard line, as McGraw is going to get hit as he throws, and that is going nowhere. So
not a lot of time there.
Obviously,
for McGraw to throw there.
Yeah, obviously, within the first 14 minutes of the game, we had 21 points. Since that moment, we have 2 defensive stops. So,
kind of a very interesting shift here in the game.
Yeah. Obviously, we were a little bit not suspect of the defenses, but just kind of curious how they were going to react to such high-powered and very different offenses.
Williams
as
on the
Jackson
punt here.
Williams has the punt from the goal line. That one didn't catch his foot right, as it is going to bounce all the way back to the 23-yard line of Tonganoxie. So just 3 yards, and Paola will be in their red zone.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to track that with the camera. I thought that had some distance on it since he's been doing so good on the field goal kicks. And you said 24-yard line there.
Ah, dang it. Not only am I half deaf, but I'm also partially blind too. So add it to the bill.
It's all right. We can't be right all the time.
See, the thing is, I wouldn't mind it if I wasn't right all the time. I'd just like to be right every now and then. That would be nice.
That's fair enough, yeah. But
as Paola will get started here on this drive from the 24-yard line. They've got 2 tight ends.
Lucky punt there. Let's see how Paola kind of. Yeah.
Katzer does have a glove now, so I'm kind of interested how that's going to change things. Or no, excuse me, they went Wildcat if I'm not wrong.
That's Wildcat. Which I'm used to seeing from our perspective. We like to run Wildcat sometimes. Most I've ever seen it in a game was last year against Baser, when both starting quarterbacks, McGraw and Van Dong, who just had their battle week 1 recently. They were both hurt their junior year, and it kind of turned into a Wildcat battle with the Chieftans running more Wildcat.
As they will go back to the Wildcat. I really feel like after that 5-yard run again, I feel like the best thing that they could do for our sake, when Troutman is on the field, can he have like a flag or something? I feel like that would help me a lot.
Yeah.
He's obviously been so much of the offense on the game plan.
100%, yeah. I don't know where Katzer is. I believe he's still on the sideline. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's not on the training table or anything, so we know that he's not injured. But they have been staying in that Wildcat formation with quarterback Katzer on the sideline, as now Younger will get the handoff on that first down, but it goes nowhere. That will be just a yard at most. Obviously, not many people outside of those two have really touched the ball, so.
Not really, no. And then you've seen Katzer dial it up a few times, but 0 for 3 on the night so far on passing attempts there.
Certainly interesting. When you look at it, you would think that wouldn't work, going to the same people a couple times, same couple people every couple times. But what do I know? I've accepted that I don't know anything. So they're going to go back to that Wildcat, as he looks like he's going to dial it up on a pass, but that will just not go, as
I believe he was trying to look for an option to pass, and I guess he got, I don't know if he was confused or didn't have an open read there, but he kind of just takes the sack there from the swarm of Chieftans there.
Yeah, obviously Troutman, he's done a lot of running and catching tonight. I don't know about his passing ability, but he looked like he was ready to test it out on that one.
Absolutely.
And I kind of wanted to see it because I'm a worshiper of chaos. So I'm interested as they go back to that Wildcat. This time he will drop back. He's going to fire it. That one is not a penalty, as the fans here are screaming and are very upset. That was just not the best pass. Jasper Logan, who is the backup quarterback, that obviously interesting dynamic. He's the backup quarterback and is now catching passes from the starting running back.
I hate to kind of side off with us, but I do believe Riley got a little bit tangled up there with Logan, but it's very interesting the refs did not see that.
Yeah. As they're going to go back to that Wildcat, I am curious what happened to Katzer. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens as they will take a timeout to figure out what they are doing.
Hale's coach looks like he's going to argue with the ref here for a minute about
and I'm going to take
pass interference.
A quick minute to figure out what I am doing as well.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Welcome back to this, at first, high-scoring affair. It has now been almost a quarter of not scoring. So,
it's been a very good defensive shot here by both teams so far.
As
I mean, kind of the first quarter, it shifted from a more offensive shootout to now the defensive side of the ball. The Chieftans have been very stout here twice, and the Panthers kind of took a bit of a time to really figure their defense out here, but they were able to stop the Chieftans and force them to a 3-and-out.
They do get Katzer in back at quarterback, and they will throw to the end zone. Again, same result, whether it's the starting running back or the starting quarterback throwing the ball, it is going to fall incomplete.
And that's the starting quarterback for the Chieftans, Trevor McGraw, over to break it up there.
Now he obviously, Coach of Paola, Mike Smith, is quite upset. He feels like the last couple plays have deserved of being a pass interference. Obviously, like they got that last drive.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hasn't gotten it.
Yeah, when you look at it kind of from a coach's perspective, I would be upset too, but we talked to the head ref before today's game. He said, if necessary, flags will fly, but, I mean, so far for the most part, he's doing not too bad of a job. And
I agree, as they do go 3 right, and will hand it off to Bruzvin, who is going to just get a handful of yards. Excuse my excitement. I thought he had a little bit more room than that. So
yeah.
He gets a handful of yards, and they start off that drive. Obviously, they went Trey right and are kind of looking to spread out that Paola defense, who, if you've noticed from this game, really hasn't done much of a high safety. Obviously, as now they're starting to make that adjustment, moving to a double high, which it looks like a cover 3 shell. So I'm kind of interested how that's going to work, as they will toss it up the middle.
And he's back again. It's Todd Brown.
Again, you know, like I said, Bruzvin is a second-half player anyways, as what a catch by Todd Brown. Obviously, they go in that cover 3 shell, and anything over the seams is just fair game.
Absolutely. Todd Brown, very, very fast, was on the state track team recently last March, but very, very quick to get a couple yards there for the first down there.
McGraw will fake the handoff, and it was a screen, but it goes nowhere. In fact, it loses a yard. I believe that was...
It was Brendan Briley there.
Was it? Okay.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, from this distance, it's very difficult. I knew they both had 8s, and I felt like taking a guess, but like, I don't want to be that guy, and you know, let's just say I'm used to that. But obviously, they go back to that same double tight out wide with Bruzvin and McGraw in the backfield, and he will not fake a handoff, but he will go down the left sideline as
he's in.
Holthouse did not complete the catch.
Oh, he's not in. Wow.
And he's very upset. He's playing with a he was very upset with that. Obviously,
2 touchdowns so far on the day, yeah.
Yeah, and what's crazy is he had them both in the first 5 minutes. So, man, that's cool. Obviously, as they did that on a 4th down and 5
Looks like they're going to go a strong side left here, as Kendall Smith will hop into the game at tight end on the left side there.
If I am not wrong, they have been without Panky tonight, and he obviously has 170 yards and a touchdown for him, as they will hand it off to Bruzvin to the left, who will make a couple people miss and get 7 yards out of that. We've seen them go for it on 4th down before.
Number 16,
It seems like Coach is a little bit of a riverboat gambler. I kind of like the philosophy.
Near the 45.
Does look like they're going to bring out McWilliams to punt it out here.
Obviously, the last punt did not go according to plan.
I feel like it'll be fixed this time. Normally, I'd say I'm surprised, but I kind of am surprised, actually.
Yeah.
Troyer's normally known for taking a bit of gambles and risks and going for it on 4th down, but it's interesting to see that they've punted twice here today.
Yeah, certainly. Maybe some of it is I don't believe that they got as many yards as previously thought. Obviously, that was a 4th and 7. They do punt it, and it does go out just about the 30-yard line at the 28. So that's better than last time. Obviously, last time they start the ball at the 24. And obviously, that's not where you want to start. But now they're 72 yards from the end zone.
Absolutely. Very Paola's kind of had to switch it up here. They went from, being inside the Chieftans' 20 to now they're at their own 20. Williams with an amazing punt there, showing off the leg that he truly has. And Paola's offense will get back going here on 1st down here.
As they do go back to that I formation, as it will be a toss right, and loading up with a deep pass is going to well, dang, that's a turn of events. Obviously, as number 16, Jace Curley, who made that 8-yard catch earlier in the second quarter, now gets the big one from backup quarterback, or backup running back. So if we've learned anything through just 20 minutes,
you were questioning Trotman's arm when they went Wildcat. I guess he just kind of proved you there.
You know what?
He has the cannon.
I'm eating my words. Hope there's a lot of protein in that, as they do go back to that I formation with a tight end on both sides. This time they do not fake. They go with a run right up the middle to the 31-yard line. Halfway. I mean, it's 2nd and 5 now. Obviously, the huge play. They've had no problem getting to about the 30 to 20-yard line. It's just cashing in on that.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like they credit to Coach Smith there for dialing up and being creative there and keeping the Chieftans kind of there on their toes. But what a fake screen to throw a lob to Corley there.
That certainly it got me. So, I don't pretend to know a lot. Obviously, as they go back to that wishbone, and Younger gets swallowed up in the backfield. Obviously, as 4 Tonganoxie Chieftans take him down to ensure that it is now a 3rd and 6. I don't think they dial up that running back pass, but will they start letting Katzer be the quarterback, or is he just? I don't know.
It's interesting here. I do believe here inside the red zone they're gonna.
As he will go out left. And that will be a penalty, as Jace Curley tried to make the catch, and McGraw was just a bit too physical on that one. Just a bit.
Certainly, I understand he was trying to get there, but a bit too physical there, and you can't be having that when Paola is in your territory now, and they're going to get a few more yards out of this.
Right. Obviously, that's just so unfortunate. You get them to 3rd and long, 3rd and 6, and then they're able to get another 1st down. Obviously, last time it didn't produce the 1st down, but I'm certainly interested what's going to happen here with now, I believe, a 1st down. But there seems to be some uncertainty as the referees are moving him back.
Now they're going to move him forward here. I think they had to kind of test where the line was.
Well, call me confused, because as they will start now at the 16-yard line. Obviously, the farthest they've made it outside of that 80-yard touchdown by Troutman in the first quarter was the 12-yard line. They are now 4 yards away from matching that. I'm interested to see what they dial up. I think
I am too. I do believe here they're gonna be more creative here. Smith's kind of been more creative and more unique here with his plays here. So I'm interested to see how he's gonna.
I'm interested as they go I formation here, it will be a speed option toss right to Troutman, who's going to make a couple people miss, taking them inside the 5-yard line and a fresh set of downs. It is first and goal from the 5.
A very unique pitch there by Katzer there. Troutman, with all the speed and the talent he has, and Tommy Messersmith, the tackle there, like I mentioned, a new defensive face on the ball, and a very aggressive one there too. Obviously, it was questioned whether he would be able to play this week with a concussion, but looks to be he's good to go here. And he's already gotten a couple tackles on today here.
Obviously, now they're going to hand it off again, go back to the bread and butter, and they will get in the end zone.
And it's a fumble. There's a fumble.
And they keep the touchdown. They're doing it all. And now we have figured out the scoring issue as that gun goes off again. The third time, it still scares me. It still gets me every time.
I didn't see a jump over there.
Listen, I'm in my old age. I go to bed at 8 o'clock on 4th of July. So,
not a big fireworks guy?
I really am a pyrotechnic, but
okay.
You know, but the problem is I live in an old person's neighborhood, so it causes problems. Yeah. As Troutman, who didn't score the touchdown this time, will go to kick the PAT. Just barely makes it through. We have a 14-14 game, and we will take a quick break and figure out what Tonganoxie is going to do next.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Welcome back, Tonganoxie at Paola, as they did scare me again on that gun. You got to think that these players are getting scared too, although, you know, maybe it's because Brandon over here, he's got a little bit more guts than me. But they're going to go to kick this one off.
It is homecoming week for Paola, so maybe they had a bit of time to plan out the fireworks.
They're going all out. I mean, I got to give it to them. They're going all out. I like this.
Big props to Paola here.
As they will kick it. That obviously did not have a good bounce to it. It does go out of bounds.
Out of bounds kick.
And I believe that will go to the 40-yard line. So for both teams so far, they have had problems with that just starting position for the other team on offense. Obviously, with Tonganoxie, they've had a couple issues with one with a punt where they started the Panthers at the 23-yard line on their side of the field. So obviously for Paola, this is a rough start. And with only 2 minutes left in the half, we just saw our first points in the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be interesting to hear. I do believe that Troyer will kind of chew down the clock a little bit here, try and make sure Paola doesn't get the ball back so they can go down the field and score again, because they do get the ball at second half, so since they won the toss and deferred. So I do believe Troyer is going to try and chew up as much clock as he can and score here on this drive.
As McGraw will take the ball and toss it outright very quickly. And obviously, just like you said, they're trying to keep that down to a minimum. Schmidt obviously catching that one. I'm interested because that only took 6 seconds off. They did get the ball at the 35-yard line, so they still have 56 or 59 yards. Sorry, I haven't been in algebra in a while. Once you get in college, that's what happens.
It's all good.
As Brusvin will motion outright, and McGraw will take it himself. He does have the first down. He crosses over the 45-yard line of the Paola Panthers.
It's that
what a play.
It's that base running speed there. McGraw, the KCK baseball commit, kind of using his speed to run the bases, and also at shortstop, kind of taking it into his own hands and just running away with it. First down here for the Chieftains. A very explosive play by McGraw here. Kind of not what they wanted to dial up. I figured they wanted to go a long pass, but McGraw with the wheels there.
Yeah, obviously that collarbone injury of last year is not hampering him as he is fine to swim with the Sharks out here with the linebackers. As they do go too wide. Again, they're going with that short, quick, short bunch together out wide with Brusvin in the backfield with McGraw.
They love to do that here on their offense.
They're going to go downfield, and that will be Holthouse for his third touchdown of the game. If you ask anyone after this game who scored the first 3 touchdowns, Holthouse again. And he can't stop doing it from distance, too. That's the thing.
Absolutely. That's what Isaiah Holthouse is known for, the big-time receiver who will make big-time plays to help the Chieftains drive down the field to score. And he's got 3 of those scores tonight here. And a very, very impressive game from Isaiah Holthouse, as that'll look really good on his resume as he looks for a college to go to play football.
Obviously, he had 3 touchdowns entering this game. He has that now just in the first half. It will be a kick again, and he will continue.
McWilliams has that leg on him.
16 of 17 PATs on the season. He is 2 of 3 on field goals. Obviously, he hasn't had to do that tonight.
No, not really. Jesus have been scoring all night long, and it's great to see. Troyer must be happy here with his offense. Although one mishap there, Troyer still got his offense rolling. And like McGraw stated, they're proven to be pretty darn good, if I say so myself.
I agree. Obviously, this has been a really interesting game. They opened up with 21 points in just the first few minutes of the game, and then went 10 minutes without scoring. And now, back-to-back, in just about 40 seconds, we've had 2 touchdowns.
It's crazy to see.
Obviously, as Mick Williams, who's been getting a lot of action tonight, might be looking a little bit of a spoil of a homecoming here. Now, obviously, last year when Tonganoxie played Paola, they won 28-14.
It's very.
And we're pretty close to that score already.
It was last year was kind of a very slow game, if I'm being honest. But this year, I like it more. It's a shootout, and it's what football needs.
I agree. As that kick doesn't have a lot of airtime, but does make it all the way to the 10 on the ground. That's the first one that doesn't reach the end zone, as they will break away, going all the way past the 50-yard line. That being, I believe, number 7, as he is down. That was Troutman. Obviously, he's been a large part of the offense, and now he gets to be a large part of the special teams, as with a minute 30, they are within the 50-yard line.
Troutman found a hole, and he broke through very easily here. I imagine the special teams people will not be happy with that whatsoever there. You can't be letting Paola's very quick and agile offense have so much room to grow here, although they are 1 for 2 inside the red zone on their defense. But I'll imagine that Bond will be very aggressive here, calling the defensive plays here.
Obviously, they've had a lot of big plays through the air to Curley, who is the only receiver running a route, as that one would be a bit too far, and McGraw gets his hands on an interception. Obviously, the starting quarterback, and he is taking it like going to go all the way. And he will go out of bounds at the opponent's 45-yard line. He says, hey, I'm a quarterback, but I can read it just like that. I'm going to take the pass.
Absolutely. That outfield tracking really helped him there, as Katzer kind of overthrew Quirley there a little bit there.
Yeah. Curley, who is very upset on the sideline right now, looked like maybe he didn't know that the ball was coming, or didn't really anticipate.
I imagine it was just an overthrow. Kind of Katzer reading his speed there, which, I mean, it is hard, and you have such a very versatile offense here like Paola does. Kind of just testing the speed there. And it happens to be an interception here for the Chieftans, which they will take so gladly. I'd imagine that Troyer would want to put some more points on the board to have a very cushionable lead for the second half.
Yeah, obviously 28-14 last year with a touchdown on this drive and a handoff to Brusvin, who gets out just before that first down marker, making it 2nd and short.
Brusvin getting a lot of carries here today.
They could match it. I mean, it's a minute 11 left. They are just past the 40-yard line. They could technically match that score of last year.
They definitely could, yeah. I would love to see them go down and score again, and then hopefully they go down and score whenever they get the ball in the second half to start the second half of the game. So
obviously they have the chance with that interception. They could triple up on scores if they score here and after the first half is over. As McGraw will take the pass. He will go downfield. Oh, boy, that one got real lucky.
And that was Troutman.
Bruisman, and he was down there at the catch. Now, pregame, I said that he was going to be the player of the game, and boy, were we both wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes. If ESPN ever watches this, man.
We tried to be Tony Romo, and it didn't work there.
You know, maybe that's my thing is, like, I'll just predict the opposite. Like, I should predict, like, something else happening. As
that's Tanner Hand there.
Tanner Hand getting the carry, taking it for a first down. Obviously, they are within a minute now with 55 seconds left on the game. Running clock is going.
Absolutely. So if Bruisman gets tired, you can definitely count on Tanner Hand here, and they'll go back to him again here.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a little bit confused because so often we've seen them go yard and try and go for the big play, and then here with just 40 seconds left in the game,
there is an injury here on the field.
They are not. As we will take a quick break for the injury on the field.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie at Paola. I am Killian Beck. Introduce yourself. I feel like we haven't done that in a bit.
Brendan Bullen here. Excited here to be going and doing this here. You can hear me on Tonganoxie Soccer throughout the spring season, as I will be the voice of the Chieftans. Or if you're at Beatty Field, you'll hear me. I'm the voice of the Chieftans on Friday nights at Beatty Field. But I'm excited here to get my first color commentary gig here with Killian here.
Woohoo!
It's been exciting so far. We've got a great game that we're calling here.
Yeah, obviously, I have only done this for blowouts, so having a close game is kind of a bit of a change of pace for me. Every time I've done soccer, the two games are 9-0, so certainly far apart. As McGraw will take the snap, they were in trips as they will hand it to Bruisman, who is just going to take that for a free first down. They are close to the red zone. They're at the 21. We talked about how maybe their pace hasn't been that up, but they're still moving at a really great pace.
Absolutely, yeah. They're being cautious. I like their approach here. They're not going to be too aggressive here, but I imagine they do want to score again, give them better cushion here.
I agree. Obviously, as they hurry up and just get a couple free yards. I mean, it only takes 4 seconds off the clock, and if Paola is going to allow you to have 4 seconds, and 4 yards at a time, you might as well take it, right?
Absolutely, yes. And Bruceman showing off his introduced Vaughn with a little hop out of bounds there.
Yeah. List that on things that I can't do anymore for 100. Here's the thing. Once you hit 20, you get out of your prime. So these guys are still in their prime, as McGraw will take this shotgun pass. It was trips as he tosses to the end zone, and he's just a bit high on that one. As
Todd Brown there.
Todd Brown couldn't reel it in. Well, it's not his fault. You know,
It is a little overthrown there by McGraw, but I like the idea there by the senior quarterback there. Kind of just rolling out, taking his option, and he found it there, just bit overthrown there, but I have confidence he can definitely dial this ball up and score again.
Yeah, obviously has had no problem doing that all night. He's thrown 3 touchdowns here in this first half. And, you know, in their back pocket, they do still have the #1 ranked kicker in Kansas. So
they do want to use him there.
Let's see how that works as they do hand off left again. This is going to be 4th down and 2 here after just a 4-yard run by Brusvin.
I do imagine they would. If they want to use McWilliams, they can, but I do imagine they're probably going to keep McGraw out there, go for it on 4th down here.
I like this call. I mean, you've kind of had all the momentum all game, seemingly. I mean, it seems like every time the Paola scores, you have no problem just taking it right back. So I like this call. You could double up here, and obviously
Troyer's going to want to call a timeout here.
Troyer is going to take a timeout, and as are we.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Welcome back. Tonganoxie at Paola. They are just at the 16-yard line with 16 seconds left. McGraw is staying out there on the field for that 4th down and 3 here as they will go right on a just off trips right pass. As I mean, the idea has been there. They've done that a couple times here. Obviously, this is one of those things where later in the game you question if they should have just taken the field goal. But in the moment, and I think we agree, we like that call.
Absolutely,
going for it.
Yes. Definitely McGraw trying to, same play as always, dial it up here, try and roll out and see his options there. Just overthrew Todd Brown there again, but I do like the call there. Definitely needed to try and give him a better cushion, but they're still going to the half up 7, so.
I agree. Now, you got to wonder, is Paola just going to kneel it here at the 16-yard line?
I would imagine so. I mean, they may try and get a big play to Troutman. I don't know. Depends.
Obviously, Troutman has done it before.
And they will take a knee.
They will take a knee. And that will be your score at half. It is 21-14. Tonganoxie is ahead. We will take a quick break, and then we will give you some updates from the half as it goes.
Shop local and save.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Welcome back to this halftime of a very exciting game here. Obviously, with 12 minutes left in this halftime, cheerleaders are on the field doing their thing. Players have been out there on the field doing their thing. We were both wrong on that pregame who's going to be the best player.
Yeah, we do agree.
Man.
Yeah, we were definitely wrong about that, but it's proven. Isaiah Holthouse here came to play here. 3 touchdowns so far on the game here. And very impressive passing here from Trevor McGraw to show. Bruzen's been getting a lot of the carries as expected here, but not a lot as we've seen here in the past. He normally averages 30 carries a game, so.
Yeah, it's weird because they've had so much success through the air. Obviously, McGraw only had 7, I shouldn't say only, but had 7 touchdowns headed into this Week 4 matchup. But now he has 10 through the first 3.5 games. Obviously, last season, all year, they had just 7 passing touchdowns. So kind of an inverse of what you would really think, especially when these receivers were all there last year.
Yeah. And definitely there's a lot of younger talent there that they had. I mean, they had a couple seniors that definitely kind of shaped up to be pretty dang good, but I do feel like the talent is there, and they're doing the best. They're making it most of it. There's been a lot of improvement there. Todd Brown definitely been a big step up here for the Chieftans so far. And even if he didn't have as much success as he'd like in today's game, he's still making a very good impact on the defensive side of the ball there.
Yeah, they've both done a really great job of not having any kind of mood. Obviously, it's hard to have any kind of attitude or anything like that when you're up 21-14, but a lot of players, when they're a specialist position like that, don't get the ball and sometimes can have some hard times coming to grips with that. Obviously, they just make up for it on defense and let Holthouse just kind of be the star for the night.
Absolutely. The Chieftans' defense has been very stout here so far. I mean, the score line may not look like it, but they've stopped the Panthers in very pivotal positions, which you have to take a look and realize the Chieftans' defense has come to play tonight.
That's for sure.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this second half shapes up and what they may try to do here to try and keep Paola to where they're at.
Yeah, obviously, you didn't expect the flow of the game to be the way that it has. Obviously, opening up with touchdowns all across the board. Obviously, very early into the game, it was 14-7, just a couple minutes in, and then we went on a bit of a drought where it was just pure defense.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the kind of game that I feel like a lot of fans would want here, you know, just kind of having a bit of, you know, mood swings here within the game, but I do feel like that this game's been very interesting to watch and very edging on the edge, and I feel like I'm excited to watch the second half here. I don't know about you, Killian, but
I'm excited. As my inaugural Paola Panthers and Tonganoxie Chieftans game, I have had just a blast of a time. You've been great to spend time with. Obviously, I came from Kansas City, so this is just a bit of a culture shock for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Get used to the small town culture. We do football here, very big.
Yeah, I'm excited. We will take a second break this halftime, and we will be back with more in just a few moments.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Option Bank check presentation.
Welcome back to this halftime show brought to you by White Birch Properties. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue in State B in Tonganoxie or call 913-915-0451. Now, Brandon, this has been such a first half. Obviously, a lot of points have been scored. I anticipate that will continue, though, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's going to be definitely a bit of a more offensive shootout here. So I'm excited to see what this second half will provide us here. Hopefully some more good football coming up.
I agree. We've certainly enjoyed calling this game. This has both been my first game as a play-by-play announcer, and this has been Brandon's first as a color commentator. So, hey-yo.
Hey-yo.
It's been super fun. Obviously, game has been super good, too. 21-14. Mitch Holthouse does have – not Mitch Holthouse. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I missed all the Chiefs games. So I've been Isaiah Holthouse has been the star of the show tonight with 3 touchdowns in this first half. 2 of them have been long touchdowns. Obviously, that first one was 53 yards on that first play of the game. It's weird because he showed up in the game and only had 3 touchdowns to start this year and now has matched that in just the first half.
Absolutely. It's been definitely a big watch this. I'm going to definitely step up tonight when we need it most, and he's definitely done that so far for this Chieftans offense.
That is for sure. And obviously, Preston Troyer, head coach of Tonganoxie, has been a bit gutsy. I mean, they've gone for it on 4th down multiple times. Obviously, down the stretch later in the second half, or in the first half, excuse me, they went for it, didn't get it, and didn't put the ball in the hands of the best kicker in the state. So what do you think about that?
Absolutely. I do believe that Troyer's been same old Preston Troyer that I've known for my freshman and sophomore year. He likes to go for it on very tight situations. He likes to be gutsy with his play calling. I imagine he will do the same whether they are down or they were up.
I agree. Obviously, this has been such an interesting game because there is so much talent on the field on both sides of the team, right? Obviously, Troutman for Paola has been electric, just scoring lots of points. Obviously, having touchdowns and running back on the kickoffs as well. I've been super interested. We're going to take another quick break here just before we hand out our first half awards, if we could.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftans once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called LAD. LAD Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. LAD is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit ladserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called LAD. The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back to this halftime show. We've obviously had about 24 minutes of football played so far. 21-14. Tonganoxie is ahead by just 7 points. They had an opportunity there at the end of the half, as just now, as the clock expired, all the people are headed back on the field. So they're going to add another 3 minutes on just to kind of give them a chance to warm back up.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a very fun game so far. I'm excited to see what the second half brings. I know I've said that a lot, but I'm serious. This second half has been very anticipated. This game's been a shootout of all sorts. So I'm excited to see what the second half will bring us, and hopefully a Chieftans victory will come in.
You know what? I hope so too. I'm excited. This first half recap has been brought to you by Tonganoxie Public Library. Open 7 days a week at 217 East 4th Street. The Tonganoxie Public Library is proud to support the community in helping to provide exceptional community events for children and families through excellence, inclusion, persistence, and collaboration. Learn more at www.tonganoxielibrary.org. Now, I have been super excited about this game. I didn't know that I was going to be following Tonganoxie till Tuesday. So I've just been getting a lot of information these past couple days. Obviously, you being a student there, what is the feel on a Friday where the team is playing a football game?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a very energetic. It's very energetic. Beatty Field's very energetic. I know I said that a lot, but it truly is. It's a very special place. Hosts a lot of football and soccer games. I'll have to give props to the community. They're very involved with our athletics. They're very involved with our community, and they're very involved in our school district as well. So Friday nights at Beatty Field, one of the best in the state of Kansas. I may have to be a little biased there, but it's definitely an amazing experience to be playing or watching on Friday nights. And especially for me, being the PA announcer, kind of matching that energy as what the fans would want here on a Friday night. And, you know, it's been great calling the past 2 games here at Beatty Field. I've been loving every minute of it. And, you know, here being at Paola, it's very different than what I've seen. But Paola is very involved with their football. They're very into it. And
for sure.
I do love it here. And you coming from Eudora.
Yeah. Obviously, as far as I have been led to believe, they are a fierce rival. And I have now had to root for both. So really, I don't know who I'm rooting for. Obviously, that's been very. It's been a dynamic shift in my heart. I was once a Eudora Cardinal, and now I'm a Tonganoxie Chieftain for the week.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited. Obviously, this has been a great game. What if you could give a final guess? What is your guess for final score and winner?
Final score. Oh. I'm going to say 41-32, I believe. 41-31.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. It's going to be more of an offensive shootout than a bit more of defensive stops, and then it'll get right back into the offensive shootout. So I'm excited to see what
you know what?
Bring here.
I'm going to go with a 34-24 victory for
Interesting.
This
I do like that
roster. Now, as they are starting up that clock, they are getting ready to kick off this second half. This second half kickoff is brought to you by Lynch Real Estate. Lynch Real Estate is your hometown real estate company that will help you buy your first home all the way to your dream home. They make your real estate dreams come true. Visit Dan Lynch and team today in Tonganoxie. Now, I'm excited for this second half. I know we keep saying that, but it's like with only 15 minutes for that halftime, the anticipation has been building.
It keeps building and it keeps building now that we have our second half kickoff with the Chieftans will get the ball as they did defer their first half opening win. So it'll be interesting to see what Preston Troyer will call up here to begin the drive here. I imagine he'll be aggressive as he always is. Maybe he'll be a bit conservative, try and chew up a bit of clock here, but.
Yeah, obviously it's been interesting going and watching this team. It's been the first time for me. You've watched them for now 4 years as a senior.
Absolutely.
So I'm certainly interested as Troutman will kick it off. It does not have a lot of airtime, but it does make it all the way to the 13-yard line. And it's going to be returned past the 30-yard line as they continue to just dominate in getting great field position. Now, that was number 22, Tanner Hand, who did go down at the end of the first half. It looks like he is back up and running, so that is good to hear.
Absolutely, yeah. The two of the bigger offensive playmakers here on the Chieftans offense is really, you know, they're coming back and stronger than ever now. Hand with a nice return. putting the Chieftans at a great scoring distance here at their own 40-yard line here. So, Killian, what do you think this play is going to be here? First down.
I'm going to say after a really air-raided first half where they didn't really run the ball, I'm going to say they start running the ball here. And McGrath will take it. Hands off to Brusvin, who will find a little bit of a hole, getting 6 yards on that one. He was tackled by a slew of Panthers, which if you said that in any other sentence outside of a football game, you'd be quite concerned for that man. So we're glad.
Yeah, but this Paola team is fierce like a pack of Panthers here.
They are for sure. So let's see what they're going to dial up here. Obviously, 2nd and 4. They have that double screen look that they've been going with the double tight, and McGraw will take it on the baseball slide to get the first down. A lot of quarterbacks have problems with that. Obviously, the baseball player has no issues with sliding. He does it every day in practice.
Absolutely, yeah. McGraw just taking it in his own hands, kind of dialing up a little fake there to Brusvin, and then taking it himself. Slides right down and gets the Chieftans a first down, which will keep the momentum moving here for him. I can imagine there'll be a quick handoff to Brusvin here, kind of set the tone, and then Troyer will see what he wants to do from there.
Obviously, they are lining back up in that same formation with the – oh, goodness.
A bit of a mishap
McGraw
there.
Fumbles. And that play went from bad to worse as he is going to get tackled at the 49-yard line, losing 4 on that one. McGraw loses the ball and couldn't get the handle back on it.
You have to imagine McGraw is probably upset with himself there.
Yeah.
And, you know, having that pass, the ball perfectly in his hands and then kind of it falling down, you have to wonder, was there a bit of a mishap there? Did he have a little bit of a loose fingers there? As lost his towel there, getting it put back on his back.
He shouldn't have had that popcorn at halftime. He's like Brucey. Obviously, that was number 79, Fisher, who did struggle with that snap, as McGraw will get a quick pass into number 5.
Todd Brown.
5, Brown. He's going to reel that in. It looked dangerous. I thought that it was going to get hit by the lineman, and then it looked a little bit dangerous as he fell down and managed to get possession of it. This is now 3rd and 7 from the 44-yard line.
This Paola crowd's getting a little loud here. I can imagine Troy is going to want to dial up a pass play here, try and move the Chieftans down the field.
And they will go handoff to Brunsvin. I am really struggling with these names. Never mind that. I've got some working on that to do. But McGraw will stay out on the field. They've had some problems with the punts tonight. Obviously, they didn't anticipate that coming into the game, but they've had no problem in the kicking game. So
absolutely,
I'm interested to see how that works. Obviously, as Brown and Brunsvin are going to.
That's up the sideline there.
He will take that down the sideline and goes all the way to the end zone. And it looks like one of the Paola Panthers lost his helmet
there.
But Brunsvin does not care. He is taking the score all day long. Now, as they hopefully aim to match that score of last year, a 28-14 win last year versus Paola, is this the moment where they blow the game open?
Absolutely. I can kind of see the Chieftans gaining some momentum here from that from the kick there, or from that touchdown there.
As Mick Williams, if you did not know, was the #1 kicker in his class 2024 in Kansas. So as he puts that one up, it is a beaut. It goes through, as we will now give our keys to the second half, which, here's my thing. Our keys right here are sponsored by, excuse me, I am struggling, by First Security Bank. First Security Bank is your new locally owned community bank in Tonganoxie. Stop by and meet their friendly staff today at 415 Stone Creek Drive. First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. Now, what would you say is the biggest key for both teams to come in and for Tonganoxie to finish off the game and for Paola to come back in this game?
All right, so I'm going to start off here with my Chieftans here. You have to be aggressive on offense here. You can't do anything here to slow down your momentum here as they just scored here to make it 28-14. You have to keep that pace going if you want to win here. You have no idea what the defense is going to do, although they've been very stout here. Paola could have a few tricks up their sleeve, in which that'll lead me to my key for Paola. You have to be more creative with the offense here and really stop the Chieftans from scoring. And what does that entail? Like they did in the second quarter, kind of the start. Number one for Paola has been really aggressive here with his.
Troutman. Yes,
Troutman, yes.
Has
JD Troutman has been
good.
really aggressive here, and they're going to have to work up some magic here if they want to.
He will field it at the goal line, but is not going to take it out. Now, the interesting thing is they did pull some trickery, obviously, in that first half. They had a Troutman pass. He is the running back, and it was pretty successful, as Curley did bring it in. That was number 16, Jace Curley, who is one of the only ones who has receptions tonight. Obviously, Katzer, number 8 quarterback, has not really been given the keys to the kingdom here. But down 14, you got to think that they're going to maybe look to change that.
Here. Yes, I do believe that they're going to have to give Katzer some keys here to try and throw the ball down the field. The Chieftans' secondary has been a little antsy. They've been a little aggressive here, almost too aggressive here.
As they go back to that toss outside. It does not go anywhere, though. So they lose a yard, I believe. That was number 26, Clayton Younger. Him and Troutman have been the main guys handling the ball tonight.
Hand looks like he lost his helmet, so he'll go to the sidelines there. But good tackle from combo Zakiah Glover and 65 Ryder Sparks, both seniors in their respective class. Very good play there to keep Paola from going any farther there, as they will manage to keep him losing 2 yards here. So 2nd and 12. Paola's going to have to be more aggressive here.
Yeah, obviously 2nd and 12. You got to think what they're going to dial up here, as they do go handoff again. Clayton Younger getting the call again. That is only going to get them back to neutral at 3rd and 10 here. So we've seen them all night long just stick with the run game. This is our identity. This is what we do. You gotta wonder, will they change that? Obviously,
absolutely not. I do feel like Paola's, their I formation, their solo back, it's been pretty aggressive. They like to be creative here with their scheme here. As you see, they'll go with a 2-back formation here,
as they are going to go with that speed option again. And Troutman breaks it again. That is going to be another big play. Will he reach the end zone? No. He will be down at the 15-yard line. That is another big play coming from the 21-yard line. We had said that all hope was lost on 3rd and 9, and Troutman just continues to make me eat my words as he gets all the way to the 15-yard line. It is 1st and 10. They are 15 yards from the end zone.
And I kind of just mentioned their scheme's been really tricky all night for this Chieftans defense. Troutman ends up finding a hole, and he really takes it to the 15. Kind of wondered why he kind of jump stopped when there's 3 defenders by him, as the Chieftans were very quick to realize, oh, we got to stop this guy here. He's kind of torched us a little bit there, but good job on the Chieftans to stop him. But they're in dangerous waters now, as Troutman will work to have this Panthers offense cooking.
They do have that wishbone formation, as somehow he evades the tackle of number 12, Brady Martin, who has had a lot of tackles tonight, been a big part of the defense. Not so much making big hits and getting interceptions like the quarterback, but it's certainly been interesting how he's been such a role player for the defense.
Absolutely, yes.
Obviously, they went right back to that wishbone, which obviously just produced a very large run. So you got to wonder, maybe we're just wrong.
It looks like they will go Troutman here. They're going to have a 2 tight end look here,
as Troutman was the quarterback on that one, and they go nowhere.
Tommy Messersmith there on the tackle, the senior.
Clayton Younger again.
Messersmith's been all over the field so far here on the defensive side of the ball. After that concussion from Shadut, he said, you know what? I'm going to be a monster tonight. And he's done just that so far on the defensive line here. really coming up big as the Panthers are now down to 3rd and 7 here.
Obviously, they have been staying with that two-back system, and it will be another speed option, and they are all over it. As number 85, Noah Bailey, in on another one. As you said earlier in the game, he's a dog when it comes to being an edge rusher.
Absolutely.
He's been a dog all night.
Noah Bailey, yeah, coming off the corner, kind of making that tackle there from the Panthers' tricky speed option there. Really making the difference here on defense here, and now they're going to force Paola to a 4th and 9 here, which obviously they will go for it, and I imagine they will try and go for a little bit of trickery here, maybe a run. I'm not sure what Troutman's got up his sleeve here.
Obviously, I said that they would finish with just 24 points, but that would require them getting a field goal in which they will not get it. It is a pass. Again, Katzler has gotten a lot of opportunities, but only once the play or the drive is kind of already far gone, as Curley could not reel that one in. It was just a bit behind him. And, again, our quarterback, McGraw, is making a lot of plays. Now, his name is Trevor McGraw, not to be confused with fading country star Tim McGraw. I have had that problem tonight. I'm sure you guys have too. Obviously, now they are going kind of hurry up right here with getting right back on offense. McGraw will go direct snap to Brusvin, who only gets a handful, but they seem to be kind of trying to keep this Paola defense on their toes.
Absolutely. I feel like Brusvin kind of second-guessed himself on that opening. He kind of took a little bit of a stutter step there, kind of second-guessed the hole he got open, but it did not work, and Paola was all over them for a loss of 1 here. And Chieftans may dial up a pass play here, kind of test the waters of the Paola secondary here. Looks like they got a too-high safety here.
Certainly looking to dial up and blow this game open as they go with that bunch, with the dual bunch on both sides.
Brusvin, there we
go.
go.
Keeps making plays with quite limited carries given his typical workload as he takes it to the 44-yard line. Had over 500 yards entering this game. He's just under 200 yards average per game, right? 150 yards.
And he gets the carries to do so.
Yeah.
He's definitely a workhorse. He like I said during the halftime, he averages 30 carries a game. So he's going to get a lot of the workload. You're just going to have to trust him to make that run.
As number 26, I believe that was number 26. No, it was 16. My bad. That was Brusvin. Sorry, these lights are right in my face. And just like these players out here, it's causing adversity for me too, as they go quick hurry up and do the same thing again. They're going to hand it off to Brusvin, who will break it for a first down, taking it to the 49-yard line.
There's that run again. Brusvin, they're going to give him the workload, and he's going to carry the ball very well. He's done that so far all game, although a couple of mishaps here and there, but he's done very good running this football.
Certainly. Obviously, he is used to a bigger workload, but he's kind of done well just as the game is going on. He's harder to tackle, as they will line up with a dual-back system, and number 22, Hand, will take the handoff to the 25. No one has made the joke yet that Hand gets the hand off, you know? Like, I thought about that pregame, but I thought it was a bit too corny. So, obviously, they've been going hurry up here, and they have stayed in the same formation with that dual running back, handing it off alternatively between Hand and Brusvin, who gets the carry here. I don't know if he got the first down, though.
I believe he was just a yard short.
First down yardage
and they will give him the first down, though.
Just inside of the
So,
41-yard line.
And they're going to go hurry up still. They got that tempo. They want to score.
Yeah, and obviously
Brady Martin there.
With Brady Martin.
There's a flag that's going to be thrown there.
Down at the end of the play.
Obviously, Brady Martin hasn't had a lot of carries. In fact, I don't really remember him getting any. So, obviously, him getting the first carry on a very pivotal third down, obviously you have to be a little bit thinking maybe they're trying to pace Brusvin as they go down the game. Obviously, up 14 right here. They could knock this to a 3-score lead.
And it is going to be a face mask here on Paola. Not a good sign if you're Coach Joe Smith here, as Chieftans are just going to march a bit more forward towards their end zone here.
Obviously, not what they were looking for, but they stay in that hurry-up offense. as Hand will get the carry. He cuts it back, and he looks like he's broken a couple tackles.
And there he
and
is.
Everyone signals touchdown, and it is touchdown. Hand gets a touchdown right here. So my 35 or 34 points, this better be only the second miss by McWilliams for that to stay true. So for my sake, we hope that I'm wrong.
Like I said, like I was going to mention in the first half, you can trust Hand if Brusman goes out. Hand's a really solid junior, although not much varsity experience. Although last year kind of being more of a defensive player more than an offensive player, he's taken a lot of the workload, and he's done a really good job this year so far.
And that one will again go through. So I am already incorrect about my pregame or halftime analysis, as it is 35-14. We will take a quick break. We will see you in just a few moments. We are here as the third quarter is underway. There is just 2:23 left. It is 35-14. Tonganoxie is dominating in what we had said previously would be a pretty competitive game. Obviously, at one moment, it was 14-21. It was pretty close,
Absolutely,
and
yes.
They've separated from the pack.
Absolutely. I feel like Troyer's more aggressive offense with that hurry-up really benefited them for sure.
For sure. As McWilliams will get the kickoff from the 40-yard line. This one doesn't hit the end zone. Well, maybe Troutman couldn't quite get a hand on it. We will never know. It's a mystery. He's had a lot of success tonight. He's also had a couple failures with one of those punts, but overall on the kickoffs and the PATs, he has just been lights out.
Absolutely. You can't harbor him too much on that punt. That was definitely probably a kicking mechanic mishap, but overall he's definitely one of the best talented legs I have ever seen here.
Oh,
in the
sure.
state. Maybe even the nation. I may be a little biased there, but
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
He's definitely got a leg, and I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the season here. And same for soccer, as he's the varsity goalkeeper.
I agree. He's a two-sport athlete who's kind of pretty good at both. Pretty good being an understatement. As now, Paola is starting to look to pass, but no receivers in the area, as Curley is looking a bit frustrated, gets talking to from the sideline by Smith, the head coach. He seems a bit frustrated. I'm not sure what about.
It was probably the play or the route he was wanting to run, and Katzer didn't get the idea. And maybe if McGraw had a few more steps to track that ball down, it would have been a completely different ball game here, as he would have had his second interception on the day here. But Paola gets to take a deep breath here and kind of reset. Imagine to be a run here, maybe a little inside handoff or an outside pitch.
That's for sure. That's been their bread and butter all night. That's how they've been getting a lot of points, as Curley does get the quick slant, and I believe that is enough for a first down at the 30-yard line. Curley was a little bit frustrated last play, but I think just to kind of not appease him as if he's a drama queen, but just to kind of like get him back in the game, like, let's get you one real quick. You know, you've been kind of the biggest receiver tonight.
Absolutely. The first down kind of setting in here. Imagine they'll kind of reset what their game plans were. Maybe another pass here.
Yeah, obviously they do go with a little bit of trickery, as you said, as Troutman gets the ball in creative ways.
Yeah, he was down. He was down.
Number 52, Garrett Graham. Thought he had a big man play for a second, and it just got ripped from his hands. So Troutman was down. That will stay Panther ball.
Yeah, and TJ Leeper quick on it. Props to him for being so quick. And I do like also how can't think of, Kides are being so trickery with that. That's the outside fake pitch. And that will be a pitch play here.
As he just accepts it out of bounds. A little bit interesting as Clayton
There's a
Younger,
flag here, too. I wonder if it's something on Paola here as well.
You have to feel like it just might be because I don't know if it was related, but he seemed like he just kind of maybe knew what was going to happen on that play or gave up on that play there at the very end on that 2nd and 5.
Illegal shift on the offense.
It will be an illegal shift on Paola as they had 2 men in motion there.
That's a tough break.
Absolutely. Paola's already having a bit of miscues here so far, and this is kind of not what you want and expect from this Paola offense here. Has been so quick, so agile, and now they're having a bunch of miscues here.
Yeah, there's a saying, when it rains, it pours. It is pouring for the Panthers right now. Obviously, as they line up in that 22 personnel. Now, they do go with the handoff up the middle. Obviously, Katzer has been the quarterback all of the second half, which has been a little bit of an adjustment from last half, as that was Younger again getting the carry.
Yeah, Troutman been taking a lot of the snaps there in the first half. Kind of just a bit of a, I wonder if it was a Katzer miscommunication there, not kind of reading the offense, or they just want Troutman to be more sneaky and they just want to be more creative there.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it seemed to kind of work, and now it's starting to fall off the wheels again. Not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, as they go with another toss out to left, Clayton Younger continues to do well on the ground game here as the Chieftans look to stop them. There's just 35 seconds left in this third quarter, and I am excited here to see how this game unfolds. Obviously, it hasn't been the closest affair, but it certainly felt a lot closer than the 35-14 score indicates.
Yeah, and you wonder if they're going to try and, ooh, bit of movement there.
Yeah.
The defensive line.
They look like they're a bit confused as there is just 15 seconds left. They will go wishbone speed option all the way to the 45 of the Chieftans. That will be the end of the third quarter, so long as they don't get one off real quick here. And as they switch sides and take a quick break, so will we. We will see you in just a moment.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. And now get occupational therapy in the office or at home on an outpatient basis. Call 913-417-7400 or visit PTSolutionsKS.com.
Welcome back to the break in between the third and fourth quarter. This area matchup is brought to you by Brothers Market. Check out their weekly ads and specials in store on their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. This game is sponsored by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Now, this has obviously been a bit of an interesting game. As we started the fourth quarter, it seemed so close just 2 quarters ago, and that kind of all fell off the wheels.
Yeah, and you have to wonder here whether the offense is kind of having a bit of miscues or confusion here, but it's not looking good for Paola so far.
No.
They need to score here quick.
Obviously, they are staying in that 20-21 personnel with 2 tight ends and a receiver as Katzer again overthrows. He's very upset with himself there in the backfield, and it's a little bit interesting because it seems like the whole team is a bit frustrated tonight. Obviously, we saw earlier Katzer was kind of talking to the team, kind of giving like a speech like, hey, come on, like let's put it back together. Like we were just in this game. Let's put it back.
Absolutely. And you kind of need that motivational leadership here, despite it not being a pretty scene so far. but I do imagine here that Paola may try and kind of bounce back here.
I agree. As they do keep going with that speed option, it's given a lot of success as Katzer delivers on his promise with a 44-yard touchdown. What a run by Katzer. Now, we talked about how he could lift this team up. He said, all right, damn it, I'm going to do it myself, and we're going to get within 2 scores of this game, and we're going to try and make a comeback here.
Absolutely. And he did just that. He delivered in on his promise.
As the sideline looks a lot more lively, obviously a score can help that, as it will be Troutman kicking the PAT, but the sideline has had a lot of problems with maybe looking a little bit deflated, and that certainly is helping them a lot, as that is a big moment in this
That's a very big
quarter.
moment in turning point, and Chieftans kind of have to scratch their head and wonder, are they going to get back in this and score a touchdown? They answer right back to keep Paola on their heels.
They certainly can with plays like that. We will take a quick break as they take one as well.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Hauga at Midwest Chiropractic offer caring, high-quality, and comprehensive care, including chiropractic care, acupuncture, and school and DOT physicals. Now offering Saturday appointments in Bonner Springs and Tonganoxie to better serve you. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
This game is brought to you by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Now, as we kick off here with just 11:48 left in this fourth quarter, we were just talking about how it wasn't very close and what they needed to do to get back in the game. And Paola kind of delivered on that promise with that 45-yard run from Katzer, the quarterback, number 8. And now Troutman will kick off the ball. He's been doing it all night. This is just the 3rd time he's done it from a score, as they will return at the 30-yard line. Tonganoxie will get great field position here. Obviously, pretty good start. There is a kid who runs out and gets the tee after every kickoff, and I can't help but say that it's kind of funny whenever you look at it. But yeah, obviously this has been an interesting game. Now, if you're the head coach, if you are Troyer, do you go offensive and say we're going to just pound it and we're going to take this thing home, or do you run the ball with Brusvin and just take it?
I'm more certain that he's just going to keep pounding the ball. He's going to keep trying to drive it down the field, keep Paola's defense on their toes. If they score, that's going to be a great cushion for them again.
Exactly. As they keep operating from that 12 personnel with 2 running backs, 1 tight end. That will be another handoff. And if I'm not wrong, that was Brusvin.
Certainly was.
Who was my player of the game previous to starting the game. And he's had a really nice game, but Isaiah Holthouse has obviously kind of stolen the show tonight.
Absolutely, yes. 3 touchdowns, a lot of big plays, too, to name. He almost had that one catch that could have set him up real nice, but she was just out of bounds. Otherwise, he's having a really good game for this Chieftans team.
Obviously. As they keep lining up in that 12 personnel, and Brusvin gets another carry. He does take it outright, breaks a couple tackles, gets all the way to about the 38-yard line. They keep trying to just, hey, rather than put pressure on McGraw, not that he can't do it, but hey, let's just make this easy for him. Let's give him 3rd and short. Let's let Brusvin just take it to a 3rd and 4 and let us have easy plays where we don't have to put too much pressure on the
Wonder if they're going to go with the screen here. Oh, no,
nope,
hand off to Brusvin.
That right there is like when you play someone in Madden and you just keep getting yards off of the same play. So you run the same play 3 times in a row and it works. It will be another first down if I am not wrong.
And they will give the first down to him.
As the chain gang moves, it will be first down at the 41-yard line. Obviously, as we've talked about, they've had a really great run game. Obviously, Brusvin has been averaging 30 carries a game. 33 to be exact.
A big workhorse, and he's a really humble guy, and he really takes pride in his work ethic, in which I can admire. So can everyone else here.
Oh, of course. Obviously, the second running back, Tanner Hand, only had 19 carries headed into this game. He's had a bunch of big carries today, and that will be another Bruisman carry as they just keep pounding the rock. They've already taken just over 2 minutes off of this clock, so they're doing their job, obviously, of taking the clock down. Obviously, it's very interesting to see how the game has transpired from a large, big gun offense to a, hey, let's just run the ball, keep the clock moving, as they keep lining up in that 12 personnel, 1 tight end, 2 running backs, with that being Hand and Bruisman, who does get the carry here. He will break it for a first down, and he keeps going, and I believe that was him that went out of bounds.
Flag back on the 50.
40.
I wonder if it's a holding on the Chieftans.
They have certainly...
The Chieftans have not gotten a single penalty today, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been pretty obedient so far.
Yeah,
and
certainly.
it will be the first, as that's going to be a holding.
And I can assure you, when we talked to the head ref before this game, we did not bribe him. They are just playing really well. Obviously, they've been very disciplined, and it's showing with the score.
Absolutely. Only 1 penalty so far compared to Paola's 5 or 6, I'd say.
Yes.
You know, and it's costed Paola, but, you know, will I say this penalty costed the Chieftans? Absolutely not. But maybe their game plan so far, trying to just chew clock, kind of foiled it a little bit, as they have to kind of
certainly
have
a
run play
reconsider here. Clock is running. There's just 9 minutes left now. They have 2 wide, that being Holthouse and Brown outside, as they go with the halfback stretch that doesn't go anywhere. It gets swallowed up in the backfield. Now, the question is, do you go with a pass here and try and get the first down, or do you keep the clock moving and just whatever?
I'd try and pass it, keep the clock moving, and if you don't get it, you don't get it. I mean, you're still going to have to trust your defense here with now nearing 8.5 minutes left in this game.
I agree, and as they keep staying in that same formation, you got to wonder if they got a play-action fake, and they are, as McGraw is going to try and use those sliding steals to get that first down. Now, he's at the 48-yard line. Now you're kind of in a tough spot where if you are Paola, this is kind of, oh, shoot. You know, that's the time in the game where you say, okay, we need a play here. We need a fumble. I don't know about an interception because we just don't know if they're going to pass the ball, but we need something big here to turn the tide.
Absolutely, yes. If I were Coach Smith, I'd be trying to stunt as much as possible, trying to get your defensive linemen to shake up this offensive line, who they've been stout so far, but Fisher obviously been doing a good job of snapping. He's had a few miscues, but I'd imagine Paola will try and be very aggressive here on this front line.
I agree. As Bruisman gets another handoff, he's averaged 5 yards a carry for the season headed up to this game here in week 4 at Paola. But we don't have the official numbers, but I would say he's averaged 5 yards. It feels like every time he's getting it, you're getting 4 to 5, just automatic.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. And he's been doing a very good job, you know, taking that big workload that he has, like right now he is, and he's just been managing to find the open holes and just running through, which props to Coach Bond and Coach Tierhoff's offensive line work with these guys. They've been doing a really good, stout job so far.
I agree. As they do load up the pass, this is to Holthouse, who
what a catch.
mosses the defender, number 9, J.J. Crawford. He is a junior, and he just got put on watch. Obviously, Holthouse has had a lot of big plays here tonight, and that certainly was another one with a huge catch and a big moment of the game here.
I mentioned this early in the game. Holthouse is known for his big plays and scoring drives, and he just made a huge play to keep the clock moving here. And it certainly looks like the Chieftans may try and score here.
I like the call. I like the momentum staying week to week, obviously, as this time, instead of a play action, they will actually run the ball. They do not, however, get inside the 10, being stopped just short at the 11.
Absolutely, yeah. I wonder if they will be kind of conservative in this red zone, or maybe they will. That's some good sportsmanship there by Holthouse, helping that Paola defender up. But I wonder if they will be conservative here or try and just see what the Paola defense gives them.
Obviously, 2nd and 9, it's a little bit too early to call well, we need to throw the ball. But, with 6 minutes to go up 14, they could ice it. As they do run the ball with Brusvin, who is going to keep being effective, taking it to the 8-yard line. That is a 4-yard carry right there, making it 3rd and 5. Now, at 3rd and 5, what would your call be?
I'd obviously try and go outside or inside with Brusvin. I mean, if Brusvin didn't get tripped up there on the outside, he would have been gone. And trust me, knowing him and his very agile and big frame, he would have been gone. He would have been in the end zone probably. But I'd imagine the Chieftans will just keep up with their run play. And it looks like they'll have Holthouse out wide here. No, that's Owen Schmidt, correct me.
He is obviously they have had a very efficient offense as they
outside
go
run.
in the end zone again. Brusvin follows up on what you just said. Had he have not tripped, he goes in the end zone. Well, he says, well, watch this. I'm going to not trip this time. I'm going in the end zone. You got to like that kind of dedication.
Absolutely.
Put the game away with just 5:11 to go. It feels over, wouldn't you say?
I can't for certain say it's over. I mean, you still got 5 minutes left of football. Anything can happen in high school football.
Both of us are a bit experienced in playing, as Mick Williams will give the kick here. He's been perfect tonight. And
he stays perfect.
Oh, boy. One of the people next to us running a camera is charging her phone with us, and because they haven't fired the cannon in a while, my guard was down. It appears that the girl next to us has lost her phone to the trenches, a.k.a. the bleachers. We will take a quick break as it is 42-21 Tonganoxie.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Welcome back. We just came off of that Brusvin touchdown with just 5:11 remaining, making it 42-21. Now, Mick Williams is kicking off here. He's been very good tonight. Obviously 6 for 6, which brings him to 18 of 19 for the year on PATs. Has not attempted a field goal tonight, but this one goes halfway through the end zone as it meets the Paola in the end zone. Now, I'm not saying that we've resolved the issue with the phone to the girl next to us, but we're going to try our best as she tries to fix that situation and Paola tries to doctor up this situation here. Down 21 points with 5 minutes remaining. Obviously, they've been going a lot of speed option. Haven't thrown the ball really to start a drive, so you got to think 5 minutes left. Do they maybe go into a little bit of overdrive? Let's see if we can,
Yeah, I would say so. I do feel like if they want to throw the ball, it'd have to be some trickery, or maybe they'll let Troutman and Wildcat fake a handoff and then possibly throw it up there. Hopefully I'm not foreshadowing anything there, but it has happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Paola offense will be aggressive here.
We certainly hope not. I have certainly enjoyed this win as they tried to get that toss outside to Younger, and it is just blown up in the backfield.
That is Kendall Smith there, my defensive player of the game pick. Gets back there and swarms up Younger. Very good at the job off the edge, kind of just beating that block and then going right to where the play meets. And he's got a big loss there, loss of 4.
Obviously, 6'3", 195. He's pretty intimidating as Paola looks to air it out here. potentially because they have 11 personnel, 2 wide on the left, 1 solo on the right. They look like they're kind of changing a little bit as they do go with the read option that just gets blown up. They've tried to have Troutman in at quarterback,
again,
and it's just not been as effective
No gain on the
as
play.
they
He's gonna
do
bring up
not
third
go
down.
anywhere.
Kendall Smith again, like I said, blowing up that play. Vic, also a member of the state track team for Tonganoxie here. Very quick off the ball, getting right to Troutman there to stop the play dead.
That's a very solid play from Tonganoxie. We have just entered the inside 4-minute mark. Now they do go back to that wishbone with 2 wide now as, oh boy, it will be an interception. That is gone. McGraw takes it to the house. Trevor McGraw can throw touchdowns, and he can catch them on defense. So let's add to the board. That makes it 48-21. They are now up 27.
Trevor McGraw with his second interception on the day, and his second interception helps score 6. I mean, he's thrown at least 4 or 5 touchdowns for 6. Why not catch one and run it back for 6?
Yeah, and on that one at the first half, it looked like it could have for just a split second, and then one of the offensive linemen obviously caught him. But obviously now Mick Williams, we talked about how he's 6 for 6 on the night. Can he go 7 for 7?
Absolutely.
He's only missed once all year at the near halfway mark of the season.
Sweet leg. Looked like he had at least 40 yards to go with that kick, too.
Never mind. He will extend it to 49-21 after that pick 6 by McGraw. And as they take a quick break, so in turn will we.
The Tonganoxie
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Welcome back. 3:35 left in this fourth quarter. Now it is 49-21. Now, for the first half of the game, we were struggling with the score bug, but now we've kind of been pretty good on the score bug. So hopefully that has enhanced you guys' viewership as McWilliams will kick it off. This one bombs all the way out the end zone as someone on a golf court is nearly hit. They are fearing for their life.
I would be too with the strong leg of Jackson McWilliams there.
Got an iron leg on that one. As we talked about, are they going to open up the offense, pass the ball? And like we've said, when it rains, it pours. Obviously, Keith Smith does come in with the great pressure and causes a errant pass that is kind of just hanging up in the air, and McGraw takes it home to the end zone to extend the lead. As they do go back to that toss outside, Troutman will get it. He only gets a handful of yards.
And it's probably going to be a face mask there as there's a Chieftain down on the field.
There is a Chieftain down.
Slowly getting back up. I believe that's Trenton Leeper there.
Leeper, who has been a very effective player all night, obviously was honorable mention for O-line and D-line last year for all league.
And it will be a holding penalty on Paola that'll march him back.
That is obviously not the way you want to start this. Now, I know that down 28 points with 3:30-ish to go, you may not be aiming to fix things for this game specifically, right? Obviously, you're maybe looking forward to next week as Paola does look to get back on track next week versus Pittsburgh.
That'll be a tough matchup for them here, for them next week, a big football school.
Obviously, it just isn't going anywhere. It seems like as they have gone about this game, passing the ball theoretically should be the way that they go, but they have been unable to get that going due to pressure. And I think that the biggest thing that we're going to really think about in the postgame is what adjustments for next week, and maybe at points in the game, what adjustments were needed from both sides of the ball here, obviously from both Tonganoxie and Paola.
Absolutely. They got a long ways to go here.
As they go 21 personnel, and Curley, who has had the majority of receiving yards, really upset with himself. He drops the ball there, and it looked like he had it for an easy one on that 2nd and 22. Now it is 3rd and 22, and obviously as a receiver, that is probably the last outcome you could expect. Down at the 8-yard line, they're going to go back to that deep pass, but it's not going anywhere, and it is intercepted, but he doesn't get it in bounds. They are saying he was not in bounds. That was number 14, Owen Schmidt, who has made a lot of good plays tonight. Obviously, that defensive backfield has now accounted for 2 interceptions on just a handful of passes.
Absolutely, yeah. Owen Schmidt, the junior there, the 3-sport athlete, really jumping up to make that almost interception grab there, but just couldn't stay in bounds there. But if he did, it would have been a highlight reel for the ages.
Of course. As now they will go with that punt again. What's weird is we haven't seen them punting in a long time.
Yeah, it's very weird to see them punt.
Obviously, but they're going to end up punting it. Obviously, number 14, Schmidt, who almost had that interception, has to get out of the way because that could have been a live ball and could have been a really heads-up football play there for the Panthers, as they will immediately get back out on offense. It looks like they are looking to keep this game rolling, as I know that it has certainly been a disappointing homecoming for Paola. Obviously, I don't know how it is now. I would imagine in just a few years not much has changed, but usually the dance is on Saturday. Certainly it's going to be a rough homecoming for the Paola Panthers, as they will hand off. Hand gets another handoff, getting 4 yards here.
Ball carrier is number 22. That's Tanner Hand.
Yeah, and a very good carry by Hand there. Just kind of taking the clock down and kind of winding this game down here, as we're approaching 2 minutes here left in this game.
Yeah, obviously it's been very successful on the ground for these Tonganoxie Chieftans. They have run up and down the field, but have also been able to add in the little icing on top that they can throw the ball to. Obviously having lots of action, as McGraw will take another snap, hand it off to Hand again, and Hand takes it for a first down. That will be the 22-yard line. Now, Hand has been getting a lot more action than he is used to. He had 19 carries entering tonight, and it feels like he's getting pretty close to that number on a one-game basis. That would be one of his bigger outputs.
Possibly even more tonight. What a job by the junior running back tonight, really taking it into his own hands, as he's really taking a workload that he's not normally used to, and then kind of taking advantage of that and having a very solid game for the Chieftans tonight, and even scoring a touchdown tonight too. So
he did, as they will be looking to just kneel this one out. They are going to take themselves a victory, as the Chieftans will move to 2-1, while
3-1.
My bad. My bad. Never mind. As these Chieftans have absolutely played just amazing tonight. I have really enjoyed watching this inaugural game, as the Panthers now sit at 500, 2-2. You got to wonder what's going to go on in that locker room as they head back and get ready for the dance tomorrow, as the Chieftans can begin the celebration. It is all over. They will line up on the 50-yard line, tell each other congratulations, and they will start heading back to Tonganoxie and start preparing for next week. Obviously,
what a win today by the Chieftans. Obviously, a very solid game all around for this team. I'm excited that I was able to be a part of it with you tonight.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be an even better matchup as they look to take on Bonner Springs next week in Bonner Springs. So 2 straight away games. So excited to see how this one will go next week. And it'll be a good, high note as the Chieftans now have 2 straight wins here on the game.
Yeah, obviously after that 36-29 loss to Spring Hill, who did play a 6A opponent tonight and did not find a lot of success. They were 3-0 heading into the night, and they could not get past Blue Valley Southwest as they now are down 28-63. So congratulations to the Chieftans, who will take a 49-21 victory on this very cool Friday afternoon. It has been a pleasure. We will take a quick break and get into our post-game analysis.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftans once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Welcome back. As the game is now over, it was a 49-21 win for these Chieftans. They moved to 3-1 as the Panthers fall to 2-2. Now, we had a lot of criticism about that end of half call to not go for it. That ended up not mattering, but I like the riverboat Ron kind of approach.
Absolutely. And it definitely did its dividends anyways, as Chieftans ended up blowing Paola's defense out of the water and really starting to keep pounding the rock. And it really made a difference for them as they've become victorious.
That was a great game. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Obviously, the game went in waves. It felt like the game just went in some interesting directions, as it started as a high-flying output of offense, and then 10 minutes of not scoring, and then it went right back to Chieftans' offense, but the Panthers did not recover as much. And
that's the whole thing you want to do in football. If your offense isn't clicking and your momentum's kind of falling off the rails, then it's not gonna work out for you. As Panthers just didn't have the tenacity to come back, and the Chieftans just were firing on all cylinders to end the second half here and come away victorious.
Oh yes, it was a great game. Obviously for the Chieftans, it was just kind of a little bit of a flexing of their muscles, as I believe that we can firmly assert who the player of the game was, right?
Absolutely.
The player of the game is presented by Kevin Gallagher, American Family Insurance. Kevin Gallagher with American Family Insurance has been serving Tonganoxie for over 25 years for all of your insurance needs, home, life, auto, and more. The Kevin Gallagher Agency is there to serve you every step of the way. Now, I believe that we can give it to Isaiah Holthouse.
100%. 1,000% definitely Isaiah Holthouse.
I agree.
Unstoppable tonight. 3 touchdowns, a lot of big plays. Had a few tackles on defense as well. He definitely was all over the field tonight, and it's exactly why we deserve to just give him player of the game. It's easy to see that he really stepped up tonight. Like you said, coming into the game with 3 touchdowns, he said, you know what, I'm going to double that tonight. He matched his 3-touchdown game, and he also had a big reception to put the Chieftans in first and goal range to kind of have them score again to make it 42-21 there.
Right. Obviously, that it was a big game offensively for everybody, but especially Holthouse, who had just an amazing game. But I think also one thing that we need to acknowledge is their defense kind of found its form again after allowing 36 points to Spring Hill, who did tonight suffer a pretty vicious loss, 43-8.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can also kind of fall back on the 38-21 loss to Chanute as well. They just gave up the deep ball so often. It was kind of like the K-State-Missouri game I'd almost compare it to. They just kept giving up the deep ball, and I feel like they kind of found their groove tonight, kind of limited the amount of yards that Paola was able to put up. Sure, they scored 21 points on them, but that was the same amount that Chanute scored last week, and holding opponents to 21 points, which they've done 3 of their 4 games this year. That's impressive, to say the least. And it's also, I'd also like to mention, it's a big win in the conference, as if you want to start doing a conference around the Frontier League scores, it's definitely going to help them shape to figure out that they may be in the running for the Frontier League title.
Right. Obviously, it is very early, but they are on a good path. We will take a quick break as we head to this second part of the post game. Just a few moments.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftans once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Hauga at Midwest Chiropractic offer caring, high-quality, and comprehensive care, including chiropractic care, acupuncture, and school and DOT physicals. Now offering Saturday appointments in Bonner Springs and Tonganoxie to better serve you. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. And now get occupational therapy in the office or at home on an outpatient basis. Call 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Good night. It was a big win for these Chieftans. Now, we awarded the player of the game to Isaiah Holthouse, who had 3 touchdowns, as it looks like him and the rest of his Chieftain squad gets ready to head on that bus to head back to Tonganoxie. Now, this post-game show is brought to you by S&S Body Shop. Since 1972, S&S Body Shop has been the place to go in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. As you heard, that is 913-369-3193. Now, I want to talk about the fact that there were so many moments in this game where we thought, oh, well, maybe the Chieftans aren't going in the right direction. But they obviously turned it out well. Now, for these Paola Panthers, they had many moments like that where we questioned or maybe were curious what the adjustment was going to be. Where was the time where you thought they were going to make changes, and what should they have done about midway through the game?
Definitely kind of going to be more they should have kicked the field goal kind of going into halftime. I feel like although they didn't get the 4th down, they still should have been more aggressive putting points on the board. But still, they did that the second half, and it really showed as they came out and really balled out against the Panthers in the second half. Although I would have liked to saw that field goal, and could have been a 52-21 game. I mean, anything can happen, like I said, high school football, but still, Chieftans found a way to put up points on the board and found the Panthers' weaknesses and took it right to them.
Certainly. You felt like with just 5 minutes ago when it was 42-21, you didn't want to say it was over, but it felt over. It felt like everybody, including some of the Panthers, were just kind of waiting. All right, this game has kind of gotten out of hand. But obviously, congratulations to these Chieftans for holding it together, and that takes a lot of guts, and they are trying to make their run to the
Frontier League
championship.
title,
Yeah. Obviously, as they aim to do that, they look to avoid mishaps like the girl filming next to us who no longer has a phone. I know we mentioned that somewhere in the 4th quarter. The screen is white and has black ink all over it. So
it's gone.
It's gone. So as we make some final remarks. We will head to one last pregame break, or postgame break, excuse me, and then we will give our outlook at next week's game at Bonner Springs.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Gotcha.
All right, we are back here on this final leg of our broadcast as the Tonganoxie Chieftans will head to Bonner Springs next week. If you had to give an early guess, who would you take and by how much?
I hate to be this guy, but Chieftans by a lot. Let's just be honest here. Bonner Springs, they're not terrible, but they just haven't had a good season. Obviously, they dropped a loss to Lewisburg tonight, 49-8, which, I mean, it has to be tough. And, you know, definitely the Chieftans proved that their offense can move and it can work. So I do feel like it's going to be a juggernaut against, or I should say a David versus Goliath type matchup, but with David being more of the, Goliath more of the definite favorite here. So
okay, I like that. Now, obviously, this has been a very offensively powered game as the Chieftans look to keep that train rolling to get their third straight win next week if they can manage to beat Bonner Springs. Obviously, wins aren't awarded on paper, but it looks like the Chieftans would get one if you could.
Absolutely, yes. And to keep that Frontier League title possibility keeping it rolling. I'd say they definitely have to win next week against Bonner if they needed to.
I agree. This has been a very fun broadcast. It was my first time at Paola. I don't know if it was yours, but it was an enjoyable experience for all, I believe.
I believe so, too. I've been here a couple times for basketball games, never for a football game, but I like the energy here in Paola. It's very fun, and I've had a blast doing it with you, Killian. My first time as well on the broadcast as a color commentator. More used to doing the play-by-play stuff, but color commentating, definitely up my alley, especially with football.
I agree. It was a lot of fun. This was certainly a lot of firsts for both of us. I think for me, as a former Kansas City high school kid, I certainly had some new knowledge to gain here as we will close this out with a word from our presenting sponsor, that being Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. You heard that right. Call 913-369-6600. Now, do you have any final remarks that you would like to make about this 28-point victory for the Chieftans?
It's definitely a big win for them. I bet you they can go back on film and watch it over and be like, we did a lot of this right. Now we just need to clean up a few things and look to beat Bonner next week.
I agree. It has certainly been enjoyable. I am glad to have done this. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening, and
good night.
Go Chieftans. Okay. We'll do that, and then I believe. Okay, dope. I'm just gonna make sure that. Imagine it just didn't record like that. Yeah. All right, so there's that. That's dope.